Melissa and Joey is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Joe, you're a guy.
Yes, and I never get tired of hearing that.
What would be your idea of the most awesome birthday present ever?
A subscription to the Single Malt Scotch the Month Club, hand-delivered by Kate Upton on a 60-foot yacht.
Someone has given this way too much thought.
Okay, no. This gift is for Xander. See, he's turning 18 next week, and I want to get him the most personal, most unique gift ever.
Oh, you can get him a custom-made waffle iron that makes waffles with your name on them, or your family crest. The Burke family has a rabbit wearing a helmet.
And I've given it too much thought?
I'm gonna stick with my original idea. I'm giving him something really special and personal he'll remember forever.
What the hell was that about?
That was Inception, baby. Yeah, that waffle iron is as good as mine.
No. What Lennox just said about giving Xander something personal, special, something he'll remember for the rest of his life. Was that code for, you know, her, precious flower?
Would you calm down, Joe?
Hey, I am calm, all right? I am totally under control.
Yeah, you're drinking hot sauce.
I meant to. And you know what? Actually, that searing in my mouth is just giving me an idea. Xander's about to turn 18, right?
If you let him.
Okay. So as soon as Xander hits that magic number, anything he's planning on doing with Lennox, who is a minor, goes from fun to felony. So all I have to do is keep him exhausted and occupied for the next 5 days, which means I am gonna be on him like your mouth on a wine glass.
Okay, relax, Joe. Lennox and I share a special womanly bond. If anything were on the verge of happening, I would know about it because Lennox would have told me.
Yeah, because that's every teenage girl's favorite part about losing her virginity is giving her aunt the heads up, you know? Yo, Aunt, check it. I'm about to wreck it.
I guess you're stuck with me.
So why are we stopping here? I thought you wanted me to give you a personal tour of the Stieglitz retrospective at the museum.
Dude, do I look like I want to see your Stieglitz? Get in here. No, this is a little, early birthday present, you almost legal adult you. Surprise.
You're locking me in a cage.
Oh, if only it was that easy. Oh, Xander. You know, I just been thinking, man. You and Lennox been dating for a while now, right? And you two guys have become quite close. I want you and me to be that close. You know, I want to get to know everything about you. You know, like, what terrifies you? You know, what your threshold for pain is. All right, you're up, Stieglitz.
Stieglitz was a photographer.
I don't care. Isn't this fun?
No.
Great. All right, hey, you know what? Tomorrow night, you and me, we're gonna be playing a little basketball. Oh, and the night after that, got us hockey tickets, buddy. Don't say no.
Okay. That doesn't really leave me a whole lot of time to spend with Lennox.
Huh. How about that? Oh. Okay, I think we're warmed up. Now let's try some fast ones, huh?
No, actually, I could use some ice. You know.
Oh, no. There we go. No. Stay in there, okay? Because the machine can sense fear. Go.
So, Kira, for the last one, I got 2x equals x. It can't be right.
Ryder, really? You can think about math when I just learned the truth.
The what?
I found out why you were suspended from school. For criminal activity?
Yeah, it's not something I really want to talk about.
Well, I wish you would.
Okay, I could talk about it a little bit.
I've been homeschooled my whole life, and I've never met anybody who had detention, much less suspended for marijuana. They're so dangerous. Even your mouth looks dangerous.
It's not, I just brushed.
Oh, fiddlesticks. That's my alarm.
Well, where are you going?
My moms are super strict about starting family meals on time, and I'm not willing to break the rules. Unlike you. Don't forget where we left off.
I'll be remembering it all night.
Hey, bro. You're looking more confused than usual.
Kira just said that she loved that I'm a bad boy.
Maybe she meant you're bad at being a boy.
You know, she found out why I got suspended from school, and now she thinks I'm some kind of dangerous criminal or something.
You dangerous? The one time you played Grand Theft Auto, you unionized the prostitutes.
What do? She's the only girl in my shrunken social universe. I can't blow this.
Well, if Kira thinks you're a bad boy, my guess is you better be a bad boy. So let's see what we can do here. What up, dog?
Hey, so I just dropped Xander off at home. After 3 hours of pitches, the kid practically needed a full-body ice pack. I think he was crying.
Joe, take a look. Lennox posted this on her blog a couple days ago. I just saw it now. Read the title.
Why urinals are inherently sexist.
Not that one, the next one.
I lost it, so what? No. No. No, 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 no!
When I lost my virginity, all I lost was my misconception that having sex is a big life-changing experience. It's not. Don't believe the hype. Just because the two of you got naked.
Will you stop reading? Will you just stop it? Damn, man, I put all this time and energy into preventing the crime, and the kid already robbed the bank.
I just feel awful that Lennox's sex life is off to a lousy start. You know, sex should be fun and enjoyable.
Are you kidding me? Sex is bad. Sex should be sad and horrible and shameful.
Well, I'm sure it is for the women you're with. But Lennox deserves better. You know what? I'm gonna help my niece have a more rewarding sex life.
Rewarding sex? What is this, France?
Oh, I've got just the perfect thing.
You could... Hey, does Forever 21 make a chastity belt?
A guide to intimacy, the saber and the lotus.
A sex manual? Why the hell would you give Lennox that?
Joe, she's already doing it. That ship has sailed.
Yeah, but you know what? There's still a chance it could hit an iceberg and everybody will drown. We can't give up hope.
What's done is done. So now the question is, how are you gonna handle Lennox being sexually active?
Good old-fashioned denial, you know? Because, in here, Lennox is gonna be that innocent girl I've always known.
Well, you've only known her since she was 14.
Yeah, a very innocent 14, okay? Not you 14.
Well, hey, I thought I invented that.
Hey, Len.
What's up?
Nothing.
Sounds fun. You know, speaking of fun, I read your blog. You know, the one about the thing, the, first time. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm just kind of curious why you would blog about that to the whole world instead of, you know, just, like, coming and talking to your good old understanding Aunt Mel.
My blog is for my peers, you know, other girls who might be having sex for their first time, and no offense, but I have a pretty strong feeling that's not you.
Hey, I'm not blue, but I still enjoyed Avatar. Look, if you're gonna be sexually active, I thought you ought to have this.
Geez, what is this, like 10,000 condoms?
No, you don't need condoms, you need information. Well, of course you need condoms. You need condoms. But, you know, your whole post was about how nothing the whole experience was, and I don't want you going through life thinking sex is just blah, when it could be pew, pew, andale, andale, liba, liba.
Was your first time with Speedy Gonzalez?
Sadly, yes.
Oh, goody, the How to Have Sex book. And you marked your favorite pages.
Yes, and highlighted bits that are especially useful. See, when I was your age, nobody talked to me about sex. I had to figure it all out on my own.
That really doesn't sound so terrible right now.
Believe me, it was. Yeah, I am totally self-taught.
Okay, well, it is so nice of you to take an interest in my sex life, Aunt Mel, and thank you for the literature. I will treasure it always.
Well, you know, and if you have any questions...
I'm good.
Congratulate me, Joe. The Saber and the Lotus was a big hit. Lennox said she really appreciated it.
She did, huh? That's nice. Look what I found.
No, the saber on the Lotus? Where did you get that?
In the Goodwill bin, along with a pair of her old sneakers. I don't know how that's gonna help the homeless.
Official. I have outlived my usefulness as an aunt. Now I'm just the hot woman who lives down the hall. I'm not needed anymore.
Oh, come on now, stop that. Lennox still needs you, you know, in lots of ways.
Name one.
Well, she still needs your money.
That's the best you can come up
You
with.
didn't give me a lot of time, all right? Oh, you took her to the dentist on Monday. No, that was me.
So, wanna watch some TV?
I can't. I'm only allowed to watch public television Monday nights from 6 to 6:30.
Wow. Okay. Well, we can still sit on the couch and, you know, couch stuff. Hey, there's a couch right here. Oh, my dangerous mouth.
First, I wanted to hear more about your checkered past. I bet the stories are very exciting.
Right, yeah. Stories. There's so many to choose from. I remember this one time, worked for a gangster named Paulie Walnuts.
Go on.
And Paulie had me collecting payments for the drug store. And this one time, I had to confront these rival drug dealers, Tony Soprano and Nucky Thompson.
I would have been so scared.
What you got there?
The past, when I was needed. Here's a wristband from when I took Lennox to see a Smash Mouth concert without her mother's permission. And this is from when I took her to see Rocky Horror without her mother's permission. Oh, belly ring, nipple ring. That's mine. This is from when we dyed her hair blue without her mother's permission.
Did you ever do anything with her mother's permission?
No, because I was fun and cool, and now all that's gone.
Oh, come on. Perk up. Hey, you know what? I made your favorite soup.
Butternut squash?
I made your second favorite soup.
Potato leek?
I made you soup, okay?
I'm not feeling very soupy just now, but it means a lot to me that you're here, Joe.
Hey, Mel, I need to talk.
Get out, get out,
What,
get
can
out,
I-
get out, get out, no, get out. Go ahead, sweetie. Tell me everything. I'm yours completely.
Xander broke up with me.
Oh, honey.
He said he doesn't want to see me anymore. He won't even talk to me.
Oh, that's awful. Well, that's why I'm here. I am cool Aunt Mel. I am warm Aunt Mel. I am all temperatures Aunt Mel.
Do you think that Xander breaking up with me has anything to do with the fact that he and I did it?
Well, it could. You know, like you said in your blog, sex doesn't automatically make things great between two people.
So he goes around all like, ooh, I'm this sensitive artist, but then when I share this incredibly important thing with him, he dumps me? Well, then you know what? Fine. I'm never talking to him again. And if you just happen to be driving down the street and run him over, I'm okay with that.
Okay, wait, Len, okay. I know you're upset, but, you know, why don't you talk to him before anyone runs him over? You shouldn't jump to conclusions.
I'm not jumping to conclusions. I'm just coming to the sudden realization that Xander is an inconsiderate, selfish douche nozzle.
Did I help? Was I helpful? And now Lennox says she doesn't want to see him anymore.
Nobody treats my little girl like this.
But Joe, you're not the enforcer. You know, you're the caregiver, the nanny.
Well, I'm gonna nanny the crap out of that Xander.
Okay. Why does everyone in this family make snap decisions based on nothing and then fly off the handle?
Because that's what the handle's there for, in case you need to fly off of something.
We don't really know what happened between Lennox and Xander.
Yeah, we do. He hit it and quit it, didn't he?
Well, you could make that argument based on the fact that he did exactly what you just said.
So what are we gonna do about that? Well?
Nanny him, Joe. Nanny him good.
Well. Should have known. Last place I would have thought I'd find you is where you've chosen to hide.
I'm not hiding, okay? Just didn't want to run to anybody I know right now.
Yeah, well, fortunately, you know me.
Yeah, go ahead, hit me. Just a punching bag for everybody.
Hey, look, I didn't come here to punch. Well, I'm gonna start off by talking. About what you did to Lennox.
What I did to Lennox? What about what she did to me? She put all of our personal business out in public for the entire world to see.
You did it in public?
No, the thing she wrote on her blog, I read it last night, and it's so embarrassing. That was my first time, too.
That was your first... Wow.
It was this incredibly meaningful thing just between the two of us, and then she goes off and tells everybody that it was lousy.
Well, she didn't tell everybody.
It's on her blog, her Facebook page, and her Twitter. And how disappointing I am is trending.
Well, look, hey, man, if it's any consolation, everybody's terrible at it their first time. Well, actually, not everybody.
I mean, how could she do this to me? You know, I care about her. I really care about her. She's my wallpaper, and not just on my phone, on my laptop, too. I mean, I love her.
You do? You love her?
Yeah. I thought she felt the same way about me.
Hey, look, man, you know, if it's any consolation, for some reason, women have this biological urge to express their feelings, okay? And they will just express and express and express and express till they express your freaking ears off. And Lennox being a writer, I mean, she expressed herself even more than that.
Okay, so it's like how I work out my Sturman drawing and my artwork. You know, she's a writer. That's how she processes things, right?
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I do know this. When it comes to love, sometimes you just gotta play through the hurt. And if you really care about her like you say you do, and I think you gotta give her a second chance.
So you're saying I should go back to her?
I can't believe it either, but my lips are moving and those are the words that are coming out, you know.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah. What do you... This is really not the time or the place. This way. Hey, Kira.
Ryder, you remember my parents.
Yes, of course. Please come in, Mrs. Ladies, women, please come in. Have a seat.
We just came to tell you that Kira is no longer allowed to see you.
What? Why? We only watched 20 minutes of Downton Abbey.
We found out about your sordid past.
Who told you I had a sordid past?
I did. They're my parents. Of course I tell them everything. So this is it, Ryder. Goodbye. We had a good run.
Hold on, wait. Mrs. and Mrs. Guggenheim-Schaap. Hear me out. Have a seat. We didn't even get to first base. I'm sure she told you.
I did.
Please, I just need 1 minute. You guys don't know the whole story.
Ryder, you may be able to bamboozle my daughter, but I went to Sarah Lawrence and I know a thing or two.
A buddy of mine brought a joint on an overnight trip. It was my first time even trying pot. I took a couple puffs and threw up on my friend Mitch. That's it. I swear. On a stack of Bibles or constitutions or whatever sacred text is meaningful to your people. Family, I mean family.
But what about all the other stories? The run-ins with the law, cooking meth with your high school chemistry teacher?
I made all that up. I was trying to impress Kira by pretending to be a tough guy.
Sounds like someone I know who tried to impress someone else by claiming to be on the Olympic rowing team.
It worked.
Ryder, not many boys would have the courage to confess a lie to their girlfriend's parents.
But you did it for a sweet reason.
So, we feel comfortable endorsing your relationship with Kira.
Provided you follow all guidelines and restrictions imposed by our family.
It sounds like there's a lot to learn.
We'll send you the PDF.
Thank you. Do you need any paperwork from me? Or...
Just stop over tonight.
We're having a gluten-free barbecue.
Okay, save me a leg of tofu.
My gosh, that was so amazing.
What?
How you lied to my parents? That was my first time I ever tried pot. I wish I could lie under pressure like that. Must be all those police interrogations you've lived through.
But Kira, I'm not lying.
Shut up and kiss me, you bad, bad boy.
Hey there.
Joe, look, I'm getting real-time updates from Lennox. She and Xander are getting back together.
Wow, this reaction from the woman who wanted me to nanny-ize Xander into a fine powder.
You know, if Lennox is happy, I'm happy.
You are a total flip-flopper, you know that?
Well, when it comes to love, who among us is not a flip-flopper? And you know why this is happening? Because a certain niece had a conversation with a certain cool aunt.
This is happening all because of you. You're sure about that?
Positive. I mean, who else was involved? Nobody. Lennox needs me, and I need to be needed.
You know what, Mel? You're right. It was all you. Hey, by the way, look what I got at the market today, butternut squash.
Why?
To make your favorite soup.
Chicken matzo ball?
Flip-flopper.
Well, that's the end of our date. I'll walk you home.
How about I stay 5 more minutes?
No, absolutely not. I signed a binding agreement with your moms, and that notary cost me $10. We are leaving now.
Man, you know, that Kira is so sheltered. I mean, homeschooled, no TV, no late dates. How is she gonna survive in the real world? I mean, how is that girl expected to learn anything?
Hey, she's still allowed to read. The Saber and the Lotus.
No.
Okay, I'll wait 2 years. We'll just keep it right here.
Are you kidding me? No way. No. Your Saber does not go in my cubby.
Obviously, you have not read page 37.
Melissa and Joey is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
All set to shoot your segment?
Oh, almost, Kyle. Hey, Joe.
Yeah?
Which pose says, elect me to state senate, but I'm also sexy, fun, and dateable? The finger on the chin or the hand on the hip? I think this is way more Beyonce.
Brooke, you're standing in the kitchen. The whole setup is really unbelievable.
Okay, we are good to go. This is household safety spot. Take 1 and go.
Hello, Toledo. I'm Councilwoman Mel Burke, and if disaster strikes, I want you to be prepared. You know, it is easy to prepare yourself by stocking your kitchen with emergency water, canned goods, and a manual can opener, just like the cowboy days. And you just, I'm used to using the electric kind, but okay, well, no wonder the cowboys used to always shoot at each other. Come on, Bessie.
Allow me, Councilwoman. Okay, like this. Pop. There we go.
Okay. I loosened it for you.
By banging it against the counter like a monkey.
This is Joe, my can opener.
Wow, can opener. That would be a promotion.
Okay, how about can open, mouth closed? All right, Joe, you can take a few steps to the right.
Why?
No, so the camera can't see you. Thank you. All right, where was I?
Well, you were having trouble opening this can, and then I came in and saved you. And now you want to talk about how important it is to have bottled water on hand.
Absolutely. Everyone should have 2 good-sized jugs.
Can't argue with that.
That was great. We'll start airing these on Good Morning Toledo right away. You know, Mel, you were a natural on camera.
Oh, I know. Back in college during spring break, I was one of the very first girls to go wild.
Listen, I'm losing my regular host for a little while. He's having a little medical procedure. Can't say much more than that, but,
I hear you. My mom's all about the, not to mention the, and even the.
Say no more. So how would you like to be guest host for a week?
Me? Oh, that's very flattering. But I don't know, you know, with my work schedule and the state senate campaign.
It would put your face in front of the voters. After all, most people vote for the most famous name on the ballot.
As our forefathers intended. I mean, you think Lincoln would have been elected without that movie?
Exactly. So, you on board?
Well, I can't say no to Ohio.
Oh, that's great. Hey, Joe, she's in.
Hey, fantastic.
Wait, what's going on?
Hi. I'm your new co-host.
What? No, I'm the host. There's no anything. I sparkled on camera. You just open a can.
A can of awesome.
See? The snappy back and forth, that's TV gold. That's what next week's gonna be all about.
No, I can do the back and forth all by myself. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Wait, I forget which one I am now. Fine, I'll co-host.
It's all good, it's okay, it's all right, as far as I can see, it's all good, it's okay, it's all right, I guess you're stuck with me.
Morning.
Hey, good morning, buddy. You know what? I'm actually actually feeling generous today, so how about you take a little break from your schoolwork and you watch your aunt and I on Good Morning Toledo?
Ah, I'd rather do chemistry or slam my fingers in a drawer.
Yeah, I know. You can just press the mute button when your aunt talks. That's what I usually do in my head.
Oh, no. No. You take that shirt off.
What? Why?
It's the same color as my dress.
Are you crazy? This shirt is cerulean, all right? What you're wearing there, that's like cobalt at best.
No. This is cerulean. Ryder, am I wrong?
Yeah, like I want to get in the middle of this.
We look like a singing duo from the 70s. No, you've got to change your shirt.
Why do I have to change?
Because you and I have to leave in 5 minutes, and your outfit doesn't involve complicated elastic undergarments. As far as I know.
Fine, I'll change. You know, you're lucky I look good in every color of the rainbow. Except like taupe or beige, because they sort of just like blot me out, but... Lennox, breakfast! Where is your sister?
Oh, she got in late last night. I could tell by her distinctive door slam.
What do you mean late? She was at a yearbook meeting at Emma's house.
Okay.
Lighten up, Joe. I'm sure they just watched a movie after the meeting. You know, innocent fun. Hey, everybody. There she is.
Hey, everybody.
And there he is. Mysteriously coming from the same direction as Lennox's bedroom.
I'm sure nothing inappropriate happened. Ryder, get out.
But this could be good.
Out.
Fine.
You know, I miss all the fun stuff. One of these days, I'm gonna run away, build my own house in the woods, and then you'll be sorry.
So, would you like to tell us why Xander is joining us for breakfast this morning?
Absolutely. He spent the night here because it was the responsible thing to do.
See? Joe, responsible.
Last night at Emma's, he had a few beers.
Root beers, I'm sure.
Right, yes, and with all of those imported root beers in his system, I didn't want him to drive home, so we walked back from Emma's and spent the night here, and then...
Please, no more then. Stop it then.
Nothing happened, you know, after the beers. I wasn't really up for it.
Oh, that's so kind of you. You know, I don't think your parents would be too thrilled to find out about all this.
No, please, I'll tell them myself. You know, I'll totally come clean. You know, and if I'm lying, may I lose my ability to draw hands.
That's serious, because he is very good at drawing hands. And breasts.
Oh, my God.
Okay, I'm sure we can all agree that Xander is very gifted, but I vote that we allow Xander to tell his folks himself, you know? But if you don't, I will unleash this overly built rage monster on you.
Perfectly proportioned rage monster.
It's understood.
All right, come on, Mel. We got a jam.
But you gotta change first.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I always keep a freshly pressed suit and shirt in the car.
For what? In case you're sitting at a red light and somebody suddenly offers you an executive job?
It could happen. And that's why tomatoes should be your favorite vegetable.
Actually, Joe, you may disagree with me, but tomatoes are a fruit.
You know what? You're right. No argument there, because the seeds are on the inside.
Indeed they are. And we will seed you back here right after this commercial message.
And we're clear.
So, how do you guys think it's going?
Well, we're
Pretty
getting into it.
good.
I think
It was
we're good.
terrible. What happened to you guys?
It's our first day.
This is Toledo television. You gotta bring it, and bring it now. I wanna see sparks, chemistry, back and forth.
Hey, I'm providing the back. Where are you with the fourth?
Are you kidding me right now? I'm doing double duty here. You know why? I'm doing the back and I'm doing the fourth.
Okay, you know what I think? I think you're still distracted about that thing with Lennox and Xander this morning.
Oh, excuse me for being worried about a drunk teenage boy sleeping over in your niece's bedroom. You should be a little distracted about that, too.
Sleeping, Joe. They were just sleeping.
Ah, maybe they slept afterwards.
Okay, before you schedule the honor killing, we both know Lennox and Xander are sexually active. And anyway, you should be happy that Xander was too drunk to have sex with Lennox last night. How long has that on-air light been on?
Judging by the smile on Kyle's face, I think it's been on for a while.
Okay. Well, it would appear that some of our personal conversation has made its way onto the air. And perhaps my co-host could be a little more discreet in the future.
Oh, wait a minute now. You're the one that brought up the whole Lennox Xander thing.
And apparently, the future has not yet arrived. And it's not like he hasn't slipped over before.
What? When did that happen?
That's not important.
You see, we're talking about a underage boy and girl having sex in your house.
You know, this is good television.
Okay, you know what? I think it is time to go to another commercial break. No? It's not time for a commercial?
Let me handle this. Kyle, we need to go to a commercial right now, okay? That's not how it works? Okay, I'm learning a lot here.
Dear God, if you really exist, please send a commercial to save us.
Hey, look, before we go in there, I don't think Lennox is gonna be too thrilled with the fact we just talked about her sex life on TV. So, do you have a plan? Or maybe some body armor?
Well, I am prepared to face her with honesty and humility and this $100 gift card.
A bribe? Oh, that's just great parenting. Can it be from both of us?
Now you're on your own, loudmouth. Hey, Lennox.
What?
Look, honey, I don't know what to say. I mean, sometimes stuff comes out of your mouth and you can't stuff it back in.
Oh my gosh, what happened? I didn't see it.
Joe, she didn't see it.
No, I'm sorry. I've been studying for finals. But we can watch it together on the DVR right now.
Yes, that is a great idea.
It is?
Hold on, I'm gonna pull this thing up right now. There it is. Here we go. Oh, my goodness. I just pressed permanent delete on that thing. What? What is my problem? Now it's gone forever.
Damn, Joe. You know, now you'll never get to see it. But you know what? You're not missing anything.
Oh, I get it. You guys are embarrassed because you sucked. But you know, that's okay. You're just boring and you don't have anything interesting to say.
That's it.
Yep, on the nose.
Get away with it. She'll never find out.
Xander, what are you doing here?
My parents kicked me out. They heard what these two said on TV.
What did you say?
You know, we were on the air for 2 hours. It's hard to remember every little detail.
They just said that we have sex all the time. Oh, unless I'm too drunk.
That was just a tiny part of the segment.
Why would you say that on TV?
In our defense, that on-air light, it's very tiny, very hard to see.
You know, it's not like we kicked you out of the house. I mean, if we're pointing fingers, really, you know, we should point one at Xander's parents.
They kicked him out because of what you said.
Okay, look, Xander, I'm gonna call your parents right now and explain how this whole thing got blown out of proportion.
What? No, don't call. Not so crazy about you right now. They said something about you being too permissive and going to hell. I'm not judging, just reporting.
Okay, well, look, Xander, you can stay here until everything cools down at your house.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure, you can sleep in my room, duct taped to my weight bench.
Joe, you're the nanny, not the prison guard.
I can be both.
Look, honey, I feel really terrible about what I said today, so tomorrow I'm gonna open the show with a big apology.
No. Do not say anything on TV. Don't even mention my name.
Well, I just thought if I clarified...
You don't know me.
I respect your wishes, whatever your name is. But who do I give this $100 gift card to that's made out to Lennox Scanlon?
I'll make sure she gets it.
Mel, Joe, how are my two firecrackers? Everybody online's loving the back and forth. Keep it up.
You got it, producer man. Hey, yeah. I'm telling you, Mel, we are hit.
Okay. What made you so happy-go-Joe all of a sudden?
You wanna know what made me happy? For the first time in years, when I Google myself, financial scandal isn't the only thing that comes up.
Wait, how often do you Google yourself?
No more than anybody else. I mean, just, you know, sometimes at night before I go to sleep. I mean, the computer's right there, so I just, it helps me sleep. Don't give me that look. You do it, too.
Jamie, you wrote the book on school lunches. So, which is the bigger villain here? Tater tots or French fries?
Well, actually, I watched the show yesterday, and I think the real hot topic is what happened with the drunk boy who slept with your niece.
Oh, yeah, nobody wants to hear about that. Hey, well, maybe one or two people.
My wife and I got into a big disagreement last night about how you guys handled that thing with Lennox.
No names, no names. My niece is a little sensitive, you know, a little too touchy-wutchy.
I'm too touchy-wutchy?
Guys, please, I'm trying to watch my favorite morning TV show.
Neither one of you guys knows how to handle teenagers at all.
Well, that's not really fair because the girl who must not be named is not the only teenager we have living in our house. We actually have a teenage boy in our house, and we have none of these problems with him.
So he's not getting drunk and sleeping around?
God, no. Trust me. Not Ryder.
What? No names, no names.
Yep. Sorry, nope. But my point is that the nameless young man is in no way sexually active, and I don't see anything like that happening for him for a long, long time.
Oh, God. Make it stop. Make it stop.
Ouch, I'm sorry, buddy.
Don't worry, bro. I got your back. Oversharing is a two-way street.
So the boy has social problems. He's odd.
No, I mean, I wouldn't say odd. It's just that, you know, he just tends to roll solo, you know? I mean, not like alone, you know, in his room with pornography or anything. I don't think. I mean, I just, you know, I see, I meant that, what did I mean, Bert?
You meant that it is time to go to our social media correspondent, Ashley, and her segment, What's Trending? Ashley?
Well, Mel, turns out you're trending.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. Okay, so what's the buzz, girlfriend?
Check out this tweet I got seconds ago from @LennoxScanlon13. Aunt Mel talks a lot about how much other people drink, but it takes her 3 glasses of wine to unwind from a tough day. Hypocrite much?
Oh, my niece is such a practical joker.
You know, you can't believe everything you read on the internet, Ashley.
Oh, and she linked this photo.
That could be anybody. Joe, hold my purse. Strangling Lennox is gonna be a 2-handed job.
Wait a minute. Hey, calm down there, killer, all right? Look, before we go in there, I want you to take a deep breath and count to 10, all right?
10. How could you do that to me? You totally humiliated me.
Gosh, Aunt Mel, aren't you being a little too touchy-wutchy?
That was on TV in front of a lot of potential voters.
Oh, so it was an inappropriate forum for personal business?
Ladies, please, let's not go all roller derby on each other here, okay?
It was an accident.
So you talked about me on TV for the 2nd day in a row accidentally?
Exactly.
As long as you're talking on that show, I'm not talking to you.
Well, Lennox, she's gonna cool down, won't she?
Look, Mel, you gotta expect some sort of reaction when you talk about a girl's personal life on TV.
Whose side are you on, co-host?
Hey, look, admit it. You know, you were wrong. I mean, you screwed the pooch.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, thanks for neutering me on TV. It's a good thing that sex was never on my bucket list.
All I said was you were a virtuous young man who was respectful of women.
Yeah, because that's what all the women are looking for, you know? The guy with the hot virtue. You called me a sexual zero.
Everybody starts at 0, pal. You know, I mean, until you score.
Yeah, well, now I'm gonna have to move to another country where women have never seen TV.
What are you looking at?
Someone who did very bad things to a pooch.
Is water good, or would you prefer something a little stronger?
It's very amusing because people say I drink. Just water, thank you. Do you see what Lennox did to me? She totally humiliated me in front of all of Ohio.
Yeah, but you know what? Your name recognition is way up. I mean, people know who you are.
Yeah, the crazy drunk to vote for.
She didn't say that you were crazy.
Oh, so you think all of this is just peachy?
Well, it's not bad. I mean, they're paying us a heck of a lot more than nanny money. Oh, and check this out. Someone created a little fan page for me. Look at this. Ladies who were loco for longo.
Well, I'm very happy for you and those deranged middle-aged ladies.
Bill and Joe, my 2 favorite guest hosts. I have some excellent news. The regular host, still in the hospital.
That's excellent news.
Oh, not for him. That facelift did not take. Frankly, he looks like a Picasso. But his botched surgery is your lucky day. Good Morning Toledo wants to extend your contract for the next month with a bump in pay.
Really? Exactly how big is this bump?
Bigger than my Aunt Eileen's butt. You don't know her, but it's big. Hey, Toledo wants you guys on the air.
For a whole month? What are we supposed to talk about?
Your constant disasters at home. Your lack of parenting skills is very relatable to our audience.
Okay, so the only reason you want us on this show is to exploit my family's problems for light entertainment?
How do I say this with sensitivity?
Yeah. Wow. Make politics look noble. You know what, Kyle? I did this to help my state senate run, not to put my family on display like lobsters in a tank. Look, Joe, you can do whatever you want to do, but I'm out.
Mel, please, we can't do this without you. You're essential to the show. Joe, I'm gonna pair you with Ashley, the new back and forth. She asks you about the kids, you give us the gruesome details. Hey, you can even trash your old co-host, huh?
Kyle, look, normally I disagree with Mel on just about everything, but not on this one, man. I'm out too.
Let me at least tell you how much the bump is.
Okay. No, actually, don't tell me. It'll just make me cry. I'm just gonna go home and whip out my computer and search myself to sleep.
My twin sister and I both stripped our way through college. I finally got out, but she stayed in the life. Eventually, she gained 200 pounds, but she kept stripping because it was the only work she could get. She was a philosophy major.
Wow. Good Morning Toledo has really taken a turn into trashy.
This is mindless. Oh my God, I love it so much.
Hey, guys. Hey. So how come Ashley's hosting?
Yeah, what happened to you guys?
Well, what happened was, the truth is, they fired us.
Yep, gave us the boot. Apparently, we just weren't interesting enough.
Oh, you couldn't just keep dishing dirt about us?
Yeah, nobody really wanted to hear about that.
Mm-hmm. No, that got old in a hurry.
They did a good job with Ashley, because she is a hot train wreck.
Hey, I'm just happy no one's gonna be talking about us on TV anymore.
Yes, from now on, our family drama will stay in this house where it belongs.
In that case, I should probably take down some unflattering photos of Joe that may or may not have found their way onto the internet.
That would be a good idea.
Hey, look, about all this stuff this week, I mean, do you think we can just forgive each other, erase our Facebook timelines, and move on?
Absolutely not. But maybe by tomorrow. And you know, another gift card would really just speed the healing.
Yeah, don't press your luck. Okay, well, Joe and I will go in the kitchen and make our dysfunctional little family a lovely dinner.
Yes, and by Joe and I, she means Joe.
Yeah, I thought that was clear.
Oh, so just like Good Morning Toledo, I will be carrying you again.
Yeah, right, like you could carry me and that ego.
Wait, Lennox got a gift card?
Hello? Yeah, sure. Hold on. It's Xander's mom for you.
Hello? Well, yes, Xander's here. Where else would he be after you kicked him out? Was that right? Well, that is a very different story. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Xander!
May I just say, you look lovely tonight. And Mr. Longo, that was superlative chicken. Life-changing.
So your mom said that she didn't kick you out at all. Would you like to tell me why you lied to us?
It's just that it's kind of nice being here where Lennox is all the time.
Oh, isn't he just the cutest?
But you spend every night in my room. I don't get it. What's the upside?
You got me. It doesn't really make much sense.
Oh, except you guys are gone a lot during the day.
Xander?
Yeah?
I'm gonna give you a running start. I suggest you take it.
Melissa and Joey is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Why is chocolate tofu chunk taking up space in my freezer?
Excuse me, your freezer? Fine, your freezer. That's ice cream for my boyfriend. Noah likes it and I like Noah, so I want to keep it around for a treat, or a post-treat treat, if you know what I mean.
Unfortunately, I do.
Well, get used to it, because I think this relationship has real staying power.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Right away, I knew we were a perfect match, you know? Mel Burke, public servant. Noah Butler, public defender. And I can tell you, he is an expert at getting people off.
Oh, I see. There was a double meaning there. That's gross.
Anyway, it's been 12 weeks, so we are halfway through stage 1 of my 5-stage plan. Do you want to hear all 5 stages of my 5-stage plan?
I don't really think I have a choice.
Stage 1, get to know each other, 6 months. Stage 2, talk about moving in, another 6 months. Stage 3, move in together, talk about marriage, get a dog, name it something cute like Gary or Beans, 12 months. Stage 4, get married, talk about kids. Stage 5, Mason, Brady, and little baby Tucker.
You forgot about the stage where you get your head examined. Can I tell you something about your practical, rational plan?
Yeah, I don't think I really have a choice.
What happens if you crap out in stage 3? I'll tell you what happens. You're gonna slide all the way back down to stage 1. Pew! Except you're gonna be 3 years older. And we both know you just had a little birthday that rhymes with, Schmurty Schmive.
Hey, I look damn good for Schmurty Schmive.
I'm just saying, your plan takes way too long. I mean, come on, Burke, how many launch windows do you have left?
What? Why don't you just cook?
I think these eggs have gone bad.
Shut up! You don't know anything. those eggs. Carry on.
I guess you're stuck with me.
Woohoo! I got it! I got the internship.
Congratulations, Len.
I'm working at the Toledo Blade. I'm officially a journalist. Well, actually, an unpaid intern.
Didn't like 80 people try out for that job?
Mm-hmm. And I crushed them all.
That's my little killer.
I start tomorrow at the city desk. It's the hub of the entire newspaper. Everything flows through me and out to the reporters. Oh, plus I get to listen to the police scanner.
Oh, if you hear about any speed traps, text me. So I can drive extra careful like I always do.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be on the road when I'm at the desk. It's mornings from 6 to 8.
Wow, I'm impressed, Lennox. You know, you're not exactly a morning person.
Morning. You're barely like a noon person.
I figure if I cut my hair and makeup routine down to 40 minutes, I don't have to get up until 4:30.
Oh, 4:30? Oh, that's great, because you'll get like a full 2-hour sleep.
Would it kill you to believe in me every once in a while?
Yeah, geez, Joe. Would it kill you to believe in her every once in a while?
You really think she can get up at 4:30?
She's still in the room?
No.
No, not really.
Hey, little Pookie.
Hey, big Pookie.
I'm just gonna call you Noah, if that's okay.
Surprise! Brought you these. My gift.
Wow, no boy has ever given me raw cut-up chicken pieces before. I mean, who needs flowers and jewelry?
So get this. I had to empty my refrigerator and leave my apartment right away. My upstairs neighbor's tub overflowed. My place got flooded.
Oh, so now you got like an indoor pool.
A carpeted one. Anyway, they said it's gonna take like a week for the place to dry out, so I'm just gonna run downtown and get a hotel room.
Wait, why don't you, move in here?
Really? Here?
Like here? Here?
Sure, I mean, why stay at an expensive hotel? You know, what have they got, free porn and little shampoo bottles? We've got that here. Here, these are for you. You can stay here until your place is cleaned up.
Keys. Sweet. So, what exactly is the rent here?
Oh, well, I was thinking about a barter arrangement. You know, play your cards right and we can barter every night this week. I'm even a fan of morning bartering.
I'm gonna get my things.
Okay, so I know that you're like an impulse shopper, but that right there, that was completely off the rails.
No, that was on the rails. What you said about my 5-stage plan being too slow made a lot of sense. I just put this relationship in the microwave. Zip, ding, done.
Burke, everything that goes into a microwave comes out burning hot and tasteless.
Yeah, but I don't have to wait 3 years to eat my dinner.
Hey, what's up? Judging by the unhappy looks on your faces, I'm guessing you guys were interacting in some way.
No, Mel's boyfriend is moving in here.
Oh, so the house rules have changed.
Just a smidge.
So if I have a lady friend who wants to stay over...
Dude, that's not gonna happen.
It's a double standard.
No, it's one standard. You just don't meet it. Lennox. Yo, are you up? Hey, Lennox. Come on, wake up. It's almost 5 o'clock.
Go away.
Isn't today the first day of your internship?
It's my first day. I can't be late. Where's my phone, okay? Where's my purse? Where's my purse? Okay. Joe, get out of my way. Gosh, I can't be late. I gotta change out of my pajamas first.
It was a good catch.
You are so right. This antioxidant decaffeinated green tea is great. You know, who needs coffee with its dumb old caffeine?
This egg white scramble was fantastic. Thanks, little Pookie.
Well, you know, be prepared for an incredible breakfast every morning, Big Pookie.
Oh. Oh, hey, look at that. You know, I hate to pry myself away from the good life, but gotta get ready for work. Mwah.
So, let me get this straight. You, Mel Burke, AKA Little Pookie. You made breakfast? What'd you lose a bet?
Not at all. This is stage 3, blissfully living together.
No, it's not. That's stage 1 lingerie right there. Everybody knows that in stage 3, you go to sleep wearing sweats and ratty old t-shirts. Plus, you're wearing lipstick at breakfast. And why are we listening to the soundtrack of 27 Dresses?
Because I listen to music every morning. Well, I've always been meaning to.
Burke, living with somebody is about compromising and learning to work together. You two guys are just playing house here.
No, this is a real relationship.
This is real. What's real about this? Are you kidding? I can't believe it's soy delicious. Is this some kind of a joke? What, decaffeinated green tea? I mean, we both know you're a barking monster without your coffee in the morning.
I am not. Now shut your yapper and make me a pot of coffee before I get the shakes.
See? Now there's the Mel Burke I know and can barely tolerate.
Coffee, now!
It was a horrible first day. Mr. Pike said I have to be there on time or I'm gonna get fired. I was only 5 minutes late. What difference does 5 minutes make?
In the news biz, I think it's the difference between the ship's about to sink and it was there a minute ago.
Lennox, honey, being on time is work 101. My first job, I was a shot glass girl at a bar in Daytona Beach. I was underage, I was skimming cash off the till, but I was never, ever late.
You couldn't have just said that you were never late?
Look, I know you can pull yourself together and do this because you are my big girl.
Oh, I hate when you call me your big girl.
Me too, it makes me feel old. How about you rock my sister?
Now you sound even older.
And we're back to big girl.
You know, Lennox, I think you're gonna have to figure out a way to wake yourself up on time.
Any idiot can wake up on time and stop nannying me.
Hey, I'm the nanny. That's what I do, all right? That's why I get paid the, humiliating bucks.
Here I am, roomie, sharing the bathroom with you. In my flannels with the happy elephants, because I'm real.
You're real cute.
Oh.
Mwah.
That's what the fellers say. Hey, what's the bath mat doing there? That's not where the bath mat goes.
Oh, yeah, I moved it.
But I like my bath mat in front of the toilet. That's why I put it there. Pookie.
I just thought it makes a little more sense to put it in front of the sink. You just spend more time there.
Well, hey, you know, my freezing toes can adjust. That's what you do when you're in stage 3. I mean, together. You know, you talk about the little hiccups and you work them out.
So cute. And since we're talking about hiccups,
We are.
that lotion that you put on before you go to bed,
The one from France that I love, that many French bees gave their lives for.
yeah, it's got a really strong smell. In fact, it sort of gives me a headache.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you told me.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah.
Mwah.
It was making my hands way too soft anyway.
Oh, one more little thing.
Oh, goody.
You know how you like to sleep with the window open and all the blankets piled on?
And you love it too?
Well, what if you don't open the window? Then you don't need to pile on all the blankets. It's logical, right?
Yep. Yeah, nothing is cozier than logic.
So much better.
Yeah, what?
Smell this.
I see this is an emergency.
What does it smell like to you?
It smells like you.
And does it give you a headache?
You do sometimes. Has nothing to do with the moisturizer, though.
Noah doesn't want me to use this anymore. Yeah, and he made this fascist closed window, no blanket decree. I can't sleep in there.
You can bunk in here if you want.
Oh, thanks, Longo.
Sure. What do you...
No, I don't understand it. I was really trying to do stage 3. You know, I was compromising, I was adjusting, and it was killing me.
That's because you're moving too fast. All right? It takes years to smooth over the rough patches. I mean, you can't bend a man to your will overnight. A woman is like a river that rushes and pounds for years against the mighty mountain, you know, wearing it down until eventually it's just the Grand Canyon.
You know, sometimes you are so wise.
Yeah, well, I've been pounded. Hey. Is that good?
Yeah. Good night, Longo.
Good night, Burke. Sweet dreams.
Oh, and I didn't even tell you about how he tried to kidnap my bath mat.
Hey, Burke, it's not a slumber party.
For God's sakes, Lennox.
Hey. We are going to let her sleep.
What about letting me sleep? It's scientifically proven that rest prevents pimples. Look at my skin. Okay, that's
I said let it rain, dude. All right, look, I am doing her a favor. It's called tough love. If I wake her up right now, I'm not going to be helping her. Internships are about learning things, and Lennox is learning a very valuable lesson right now.
Yeah, that you're kind of a suckwad sadist.
Hey, thanks for letting me crash on your couch last night.
No problem, as long as it never, ever happens again. You gonna go for that phony baloney herbal tea again?
Screw that. I'm going straight Colombian. That's muy bien. So I've been thinking about what you said last night, and I get it. You know, before we wear down the little bumps in the road, we have to wear down the bigger ones. In 2 days, Noah goes back to his place, and it'll take all the pressure off the relationship. You know, I can survive with dry hands for 2 days.
You are Navy SEAL material, Burke.
Morning, gorgeous. Hey, Joe.
Hey.
Mwah. I don't know about you, but I slept fantastic.
So did Mel. I'm guessing.
Anyway, I got this email from my apartment manager. Turns out they found mold in the walls, so they're gonna have to gut the place.
Gut the place?
Is that something they can fix in like 2 days?
It's more like a couple of months, yeah. But the good news is I'll be staying here with you a little longer. I mean, you know, if that's okay with you.
Well... 2 months. Living here. With me. Wow, that is quite an attractive offer, but, well, I have to be totally honest with you. I am having a contractor start work here next week. Yeah, he's tearing out the heating and air. Lots of duct problems. He's gotta totally deduct them. Yeah, it's gonna be a real mess, right, Joe?
Yep. There's all kinds of messed up stuff going on inside this house.
Yeah, I'm gonna be staying in Lennox's room, so, I'm sorry. No room at the inn.
Oh, well, you know, I mean, you can't help what has to be done, right? I'll just move out of your house like we planned.
It would be so great if you just let this go without saying anything, but that's not gonna happen, is it?
Not a friggin' chance. Why did you just lie to that guy?
Because I honestly believe in this relationship. But if he keeps living here, it's doomed. You know, I should never have fast-tracked this relationship. It's time to go back to stage 1.
Wait a minute, you put your boyfriend in the microwave and now you want to go back and put him on a slow simmer? That's not gonna work.
What do you know? When have you ever cooked a man?
I know once you burned him, it's time to move on to a new piece of meat.
Oh my God, this is gonna be so epic. Just wait for it.
My future is ruined. I just called my boss to tell him I was running late, and he told me not to bother coming in. At all. Ever. Done. How could he fire me? He wasn't even paying me.
Lennox, you're gonna have to wake up when your alarm goes off next time.
That's not my fault. My alarms malfunctioned. All of them.
Really? Because I was walking by your room about 5 a.m. and I saw you hitting snooze buttons like you were playing whack-a-mole.
Wait, you were there, and you didn't wake me up?
I wanted to, believe me.
I wanted to too, but Joe said it was tough love.
Wait, you were there too?
I was sleepwalking. And I am now.
How could you do this to me?
Look, not waking you up was your wake-up call, all right? Come on, Lennox, how are you gonna get up your first day in college, your first day at your real job? I mean, growing up means you gotta take a little bit of responsibility for yourself.
You set me up. You wanted me to fail.
It's called tough love. I can't leave out the tough part.
Oh, hey, Joe.
Hey. Don't mind him. Here, take this in the other room and warm up the couch for me.
So how'd your slow-cooked evening go, huh? What'd you guys talk about?
Oh, there wasn't a whole lot of talking. The language was mostly body language, which is my native tongue.
Thought you went back to stage 1 to talk about the big stuff.
No, this is so much better. You know, no stress, no pressure, no nothing. It's like a dream.
Sooner or later, you're gonna have to wake up from your stage 1 coma.
Nuh-uh.
Hey there, pokesters. I don't mean to interrupt, but, you know, I was just reading this magazine, and I came across a very interesting relationship quiz for couples. I mean, I'm not a couple, but you guys are, and a great one at that. So, how about I give it to you?
I don't think so.
So you're gonna love this. It's called, Is It Meant to Be or Meant to Be Over?
That sounds great. Let's do it.
Yeah, sure, because you had 2 margaritas at dinner.
It's 3, and I'm ready to play.
See? Look at that. He's ready to play. I like this guy. All right, here we go. First question. Do you want kids?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, how many?
3.
2. But I could do 3.
I bet you could.
Yo. Thanks. Okay. Where do you want to live? City, suburbs, personal island?
City.
Jinx, you owe me a kiss.
Okay.
Hey, enough of that. Okay, school, public, private, or nuns?
Public.
Public. Yeah, because we're both public officials.
Yeah, 2 of the cutest public officials ever.
We are.
Oh, my God. Can we not celebrate yet, please?
On the beach
At sunset.
with 100 doves.
And all of our friends.
And our dog Gary can be the ring bearer.
Meant to be.
Wow, so far 18 for 18. I was wrong, you know. This actually isn't that much fun.
Whoa, Quizmaster, keep going.
No, what's the point? You guys are compatible.
Oh, come on, next question. We're going all the way.
Okay. This is the last question, thank God. Are you in love with someone else?
Yes.
What?
Her name is Larissa, and we broke up years ago, but yeah, you know, part of me will always still be in love with her. But hey, you gotta move on with your life, right?
Wow.
You were ready to be in a serious, committed relationship with me while there's still someone else you're secretly wishing you could be with?
I just want to be honest.
Really? I'm second place?
Oh, hold on a second. She's already married, okay? And don't worry, because after her, there is no one that I would rather be with than you.
Wow, that's what every woman wants to hear.
You know, it says here some men actually like to cuddle. How about that?
Hey.
Hey. I'm guessing, you weren't here to sleep on my couch?
Nope, I've got my own bed all to myself again.
Sorry, Burke. I shouldn't have thrown that stupid quiz at you.
No, you know what? You did me a favor. It was a wake-up call. And unlike Lennox, I actually woke up. Noah wasn't the guy, but now I've got no guy and no plan. And in a few years, I'm gonna be schmorty.
Relax, okay? Look, there's somebody out there for you. And you know what? Today, more than ever, I mean, women are having kids well into their schmifties.
I don't know. I mean, how am I ever gonna be comfortable living with anyone?
You look like you're pretty comfortable right about now.
Yeah, but that's because it's easy for me to be myself with you. I don't care what you think about me.
Oh, I don't really care what you think about me either.
See, and this is why we get along so well. Because deeply, way down deep, we don't care about each other. Hey, you don't happen to have any, you know me so well.
That I do, Burke. That I do. So, Mr. Pike, honestly, it's really kind of my fault that Lennox didn't show up. You know, I should have woken her, and I didn't. And you see, sir... Wow. Honestly, you know, a simple no would have sufficed. And your mother, too. Hello?
Hey, Joe.
Hey,
Thanks.
for what? I couldn't get your job back.
Yeah, but you tried. You know, and it is my fault. I should have gotten myself up.
You're right, you should have. Maybe next time.
Ugh.
Work.
You can't even be gracious for 10 seconds.
I could if I wanted to.
Melissa and Joey is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Thank you. Thank you. I gotta tell you, Mrs. Bang, you snagged a real good one here. This back massager, I think, is the steal of the whole yard sale. Oh, and Mel promised me that this one in particular, she only used on her back. So. Thank you.
I cannot believe the crap people bought.
Yeah, I can't believe the crap your aunt owns.
I heard that. My stuff is not crap, it's vintage Americana.
A singing bass?
You would not believe how funny that is when you're drunk. On life and friends. Well, Well, now that you've come down from your garage sale high, I can tell you my news. I got approached about running for the state senate next year. I'm on a short list with 3 other people.
It's a good thing we kept this.
Awesome! Way to go! You're the best!
That must be what it sounds like in your head all the time.
It's pretty close.
It's great news about the Senate thing, Aunt Mel, but is it as great as this fantastic parade of presidents? You sold your ratty electric blanket, your lint lizard, your old nightstand, your lava lamp.
Whoa, back up. My old nightstand? To who?
Andrew, that dude down the street with the Porsche and the vaguely racist lawn jockeys.
But you emptied it out first before you gave it to him, right?
No, it was just some old junk in there, a couple of matchbooks. Oh, and a videotape of the 2002 World Series. Spoiler alert, the Angels won.
We were gonna toss it, but Andrew said he was a fan of baseball, so he was psyched to have it.
Oh, really? Ryder, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to sell this bass. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, go door to door.
But how am I supposed to do that?
Just find a drunk who needs a good laugh. How could you sell my nightstand?
Well, you told me to get rid of all your old junk.
Okay, that tape was not junk. World Series was code for a very personal, very private recorded moment between me and my then boyfriend.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Young Burke made a little sex tape, huh?
No, I would never do anything like that. It was a love tape.
It's all good, it's okay, it's all right, as far as I can see, it's all good, it's okay, it's all right, I guess you're stuck with me.
I can't believe you did this to me.
Well, how was I supposed to know 2002 World Series Game 7 was code for sex tape?
How could you not know? Did you really think I had an emotional connection to a baseball game? You know, I was on the short list for state senate, Joe. Now that's over. You know, now that there's a tape out there of me playing ball. Voters don't really like that.
Honestly, it depends on the demo. I think males 18 to 35 might actually vote for you like twice.
Ugh, this is the worst thing ever.
Hey, you know that convict I've been writing to?
New worst thing ever.
What convict? Need more details.
I told you, the guy from the nonprofit I'm volunteering at, guilt-free.
That's about guys in jail? I thought that was about non-fat cookies.
Innocent people languish in jail because of our corrupt judicial system. We research their cases and write them letters of support.
Honey, can't you be more like me and meet guys in bars instead of behind them? What did this guy do?
He didn't do anything. That's what I came to tell you. His case is being reviewed, and they'll be able to prove he was wrongly accused.
Yeah? What was the choir boy charged with?
Taking money from a bank.
You think bank robbery is
At least it's not murder.
Barely any money was stolen, and none of it by Devin.
Yeah? Well, he's still guilty in the court of Joe, all right? So no more letters to or from this guy.
Why do you hate justice so much?
This is just great. My reputation is ruined, and Lennox is gonna be a prison wife.
Where are you going?
Oh, I thought this would be a dandy time to get a pedicure and Instagram a selfie. I'm going to get my tape back.
Lennox's computer.
Hey, dude, can you get Lennox for me? My lawyer gave me 5 minutes with his computer, and the guards get antsy if I go over.
Guards? Oh, you're the guy in the big house up the river. Slammer man. How's it going, man?
What are you doing on my computer?
Oh, it was ringing, and I wouldn't want you to miss a call from your friend. In prison.
You can't tell Aunt Mel and Joe.
Oh, can't I?
All right, what if we just go into the kitchen and pretend this never happened?
Maybe I don't want to.
Come on, Ryder. You and Devin are kindred spirits. Think about it. He was unjustly sentenced for a crime, and you were unfairly suspended for a crime.
That's true.
Yeah, you guys are like brothers. Badass brothers.
Yeah, we are.
And homies don't rat out homies.
Hey, guys? Guys? Anybody? Only get to video chat like once a week.
Hold on, some Barbie's begging for charity. You got 60 seconds. I'm about to close a deal by a shopping mall. Go.
Hey, be a little late, but welcome to the neighborhood. I'm Mel Burke from down the street.
55 seconds?
Okay, my nanny accidentally sold you a nightstand, and it's extremely sentimental to me. I'd like to buy it back from you, along with any contents therein. I will even throw in this shiny new Jackson. Might help you with that mall deal.
Wait! I know you. You're that councilwoman who put in the speed bumps in front of the elementary school.
Guilty as charged.
That was my shortcut home. I drive a Porsche, and that street in front of the school was the only place in town I could really open her up.
But you see, while you lost your racetrack, others gained a more important public good, their young, innocent lives. See, the way democracy works
Oh,
is it's not all
time's
about-
up!
We appreciate your views, Mr. Bite Me. Well, I didn't get the tape back. My life is over. You can sell the rest of the furniture and the house. I'll just live in a box behind the supermarket with the rest of the sex perverts.
Relax, would you? Look, making a sex tape is hardly gonna ruin your life. I mean, heck, a lot of people use it as a springboard to move on to bigger and better things, you know, like, marrying rappers.
Thanks for helping.
Look, this Andrew guy is probably not gonna even watch that tape. First of all, he'd have to find a VCR to watch it on. I mean, that alone could take years.
The uncertainty is almost the worst part. You know, how can I live never knowing when the other boob might drop?
Hey, great news. They're gonna show your tape on TV.
What? Already?
Yeah, I just saw the promo. They're gonna show the whole thing, uncut, not just the highlights.
I'm just gonna go take a nice warm bath with my toaster.
Wait a minute. Ryder, what are you talking about?
ESPN is rerunning the 2002 World Series. You know, the one you like so much.
Oh, the actual World Series, the one without all the close-ups. Oh, that's fantastic.
I know you want to know.
Oh, this news is so exciting that I need to go drink alone. Right after I record that baseball game.
I rarely understand her.
Few do.
Yeah. So, Joe, I've got a proposition for you.
Okay.
How about we go halfsies on this vintage pinball machine I found on eBay?
You've been browsing the internet for antiques? What'd you already go through all the porn?
No, this is actually really cool. I played the same pinball machine in Andrew's garage when I moved the nightstand in there.
It's in his garage? That's fantastic. That's amazing. I have to go tell your aunt. She's gonna be so happy.
Something's going on in this house.
Hey, the problem is solved.
Oh, good. Did you bring vodka? Because this wine is wussing out on the job.
No, I know where the tape is. It's in the jerk's garage. And you know what? You and I are gonna steal it.
What? Steal it? Are you crazy?
Do you have a better idea?
Yes. We should set his garage on fire.
Well, arson. That's great. What's plan C? A drone strike?
Oh, I wonder if I can get my hands on a drone. You know, my dad still has some pull in D.C.
Yo, Burke. Focus.
Okay, fine. If we're gonna break in, we have to do it at the right time. The guy can't be there if we're gonna steal it.
Steal what?
Steal home. We are just talking about that great game, you know, where the hitter, batter, runner guy stole home.
Someone stole home in the World Series?
Well, they didn't exactly steal home. It was more that the catcher allowed him to score.
Well, the catcher was young and naive and didn't realize that the whole world would have a chance to see the big play.
This all sounds very exciting. Did he slide in head first?
I don't recall. Did he, Mel?
I can't talk about it.
How did I miss this game?
Burke, okay. Tonight is the night.
Really? But all my black sneaking around clothes are in the wash.
There's a big Mud Hens game tonight, all right? This guy never misses a game. He's even got Mud Hens stickers on his car. I mean, what kind of an idiot puts stickers on a Porsche?
An idiot smart enough to afford one and then not lose it in a financial scandal?
At least I didn't videotape myself losing my car. Anyway, tonight from 7 to 10, that's gonna be our window.
Okay, tonight at 7 o'clock, we will officially become criminals. Oh, this could be the worst thing ever.
Devin just called me from prison.
You have to stop saying stuff like that because it causes this.
He was finally exonerated. He's being released and he wants to come over for dinner.
What? Why?
He wants to personally thank everyone who helped work for his release.
Oh, especially the cute blonde underage ones?
Couldn't he just, send a thank you gift like a fruit basket or balloons filled with heroin?
I want to see him. After all these months of corresponding, I feel like we've really connected.
Honey, you can't come over here. It's bad for my image.
Yeah, your image, because that's the worst part about having a criminal here in the house.
Devin's not a criminal. And you're on record advocating for the rehabilitation of ex-cons. You said it was society's duty to get them back on the right path.
Yes, but not on the path to our house.
If you ever meant anything you said ever and you have any heart at all, you'll let him come.
I have a heart. Oh, fine, your low-life pen pal can come.
Good, I'm glad you guys agreed.
Hey, for the record, I do not agree.
Well, I already told Devin he could come tonight at 7.
At 7 tonight?
Nope, that's not gonna work. No, Mel and I are actually busy tonight at 7. Sorry, you're gonna have to call and cancel.
I can't. He got released, so I can't call him in prison, and he doesn't have a phone yet.
Well, can you call his ankle bracelet or something?
He doesn't have an ankle bracelet because he's not guilty. He's coming tonight, so get on board.
This is great. This is just what we need. An ex-con in the house tonight. I mean, it's like, welcome, sit down, pull up an electric chair.
No, think about it. This could be a good thing. The dinner gives us an alibi. We sneak out for 5 minutes, get the tape back, and we're back here eating risotto with porcini like nothing ever happened. You are making risotto with porcini, right? Because I love that.
You know what? That plan might actually work.
Yeah, plus, if anything seems fishy, it wouldn't hurt if there just happens to be an ex-con in the immediate vicinity.
So you'd be okay to pin our crime on an innocent man?
Not pin, just gently lean it against him.
I don't know if I feel great about that.
Yeah, well, buck up, Longo, because tonight, we ride.
Please don't do that.
Tonight, we bounce.
No.
Come with some powder, because tonight we bust a cat.
We don't even own a gun.
Oh, is that what cat means? YOLO.
Devin, seeing you fresh out of prison and sitting here next to Lennox, it's really hard to put into words what I'm feeling.
But it's good things, right?
I don't know how I'll ever pay Lennox back for all she did.
Oh, you don't have to pay her back, not at all. Just eat your meal, go home, we're square.
I just feel like I ought to do something. You welcome me into your house. People like you usually steer clear of me.
What kind of people are those?
Those are crazy people. Wow, look at the time. Actually, Mel, we better get cracking on that salad, it being almost 7:30 and all.
Shoot, yeah, you know what? I will help because salad is like a two-person job.
I feel you, my brother. After I was slapped for my drug offense, everyone I was close to abandoned me.
On Facebook?
Actually, I did a little more recon. This is what we're up against, all right? That's the garage, and that's the windows.
What's that?
What's what?
That right there. That's an alarm sign. How could you miss it? It's bright red and it says alarm.
Actually, it says alarm.
Oh, well, maybe they were trying to keep out the urglers.
What? The bush is blocking the sign.
Look, if we don't go right now, we're gonna miss our opportunity. How are we gonna disable an alarm without any professional know-how?
That's what prison is mostly. A bunch of criminals teaching each other how to do a better job of stealing stuff.
Go on.
Nah, that's boring. You don't want to hear about
Sure we do. No, it's very interesting, sociologically speaking. Why people do the things they do.
Yeah, or, how they do them, like specifically residential jobs, say with, I don't know, alarms.
Where is this going?
He's our guest. It's polite to ask guests about their interests.
The fact is, I don't have a lot of first-hand knowledge of this stuff. My buddy just told me to sit and wait in the car while he got some money. Didn't know it was someone else's money.
What about your cellmate? Did he ever disable an alarm?
Oh, yeah, he talked about it all the time. He was quite the burglar.
So how'd he do it?
Oh, I don't know. Most of the time, I just tune him out, study my Bible.
This guy's useless.
Yep. Okay, actually, look at the time. I have to go outside right now. It's time to trim the, rosemary.
Yeah, wait, I'll go with you, because rosemary really is a two-person job. Like salad.
Greens seem very important to them.
Just trying to get through my time here, man.
You're not in prison. We have pudding pops here.
How do you spend 6 months in prison and not learn how to disable an alarm?
I don't know. The guy's not a good student. I mean, clearly he wasn't paying attention, Prison is what you make it.
All right, so we're really gonna do this? I mean, what about the alarm? What if we get caught?
No, we're not gonna get caught because we're not gonna be doing this. I am.
But we're a team.
No, Mel, look, you need to stay here, all right? We can't leave the kids alone with, Shawshank Redemption.
Devin, the Bible study kid? What are you afraid he's gonna baptize somebody?
No, look, it's more than that. I mean, if you get caught, your career's over. Me, I'm working here. I'm already paying for a crime I didn't commit. And if I have to, I can do it again.
Joe.
Mel, shh. Look, Look, if I don't come back, just promise me one thing.
Anything.
When that kitchen timer beeps, you take the chicken out, okay? But you make sure the juices run clear because no one will get food poisoning from a Joe Longo chicken.
Going to prison for a crime I didn't commit was rough, but the worst part was knowing that my best friend betrayed me. He did the crime, but I did the time.
I'm sorry, okay? I mean, I'm sorry that you had to go through that, Devin. You know, I gotta go do a thing at a place with a guy. Wait, stop, shit. The break-in's off, okay? I can't let you go up the river or down the river or whichever way the river goes. What? So the tape gets out there, my career takes a hit, I go to beauty school. I spend the rest of my days sweeping up little old ladies' hair. It's not a bad life. But I can't let you go to jail for me, okay? So just forget the whole thing. Forget it.
But I'm here and, you know, I'm pumped and the window's open.
Get in there! What are you waiting for?
I got it. I'm gonna go first.
Okay,
I'm gonna go
all
first. Let me go first.
Help me.
We're good. Come on in here.
Jeans are tight.
I got you. Let's go. Let's
Okay,
go.
I'll watch what you're grabbing, Longo.
You know what? If only you'd said that to your old boyfriend, maybe we wouldn't have to be breaking in here right now. Hey, look at this. It's an old vintage Miss Pac-Man. Oh, this is my first true love. She was always hungry and ready for more.
Set up sort of an unrealistic expectation, huh?
Yeah.
Making noise! It's making noise!
For you! A lot of noise!
Here. Oh, that was good thinking, you know, with the plug.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, look, you take that side, I'm gonna take this side. Go find your nightstand, all right? Hey, be as quiet as you can be.
Okay. Ah, my nightstand!
Will Burke!
I need my nightstand! Oh, yes, my tape is here. Oh, we are good. We are robbing geniuses.
He's back. Hi. In there.
Why is he home so early?
I don't know. I'll go ask him.
Okay, look, we just need a plausible story to explain why we're in here. Oh, say you kidnapped me.
What? Why would I do that?
For ransom. I'm a blonde. I'd be all over the news.
Wait a minute. I worked for you for 3 years. I do your laundry, cook your meals, and I just decide to kidnap you. Why didn't I just kidnap you on day one?
You snapped, okay?
There's all kinds of holes in that story. I don't like that story.
You know, Joe, if I had to be caught in a botched break-in to recover a sex tape with anyone, I'm glad it's with you.
It's not something you hear every day, but right back at you, Burke. He's gone.
You know, Longo, all that stuff I just said, that was just the crime talking.
Understood.
Why aren't you going?
I'm just thinking that Miss Pac-Man would look awfully good sitting next to my workout bench in my room.
Would you just go?
All right, I'll go. Shh. Don't you shush me. Let's go.
We did it!
All right, don't get cocky until we get inside.
Oh, I can get as cocky as I want, because I committed a felony and didn't get caught.
Said George Clooney in what movie?
Where have you guys been?
Hey, that's the videotape you sold to Andrew.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. 2002 World Series. How'd you get it out of his garage?
They just went across the street and stole it.
Stole it? Man, why do I keep running with the wrong crowd? I gotta get out of here. If you ever need someplace safe to crash, I can help you.
How could you try to involve Devin in a crime?
Well, actually, we didn't involve him. We just asked him a couple of questions.
Yeah, at most he was a criminal consultant.
Yeah.
You're both terrible. To do all of this for a tape? What kind of tape could possibly be worth this? Oh, a sex tape? That's gross.
You don't really love baseball?
You know, baseball is not America's only pastime.
Come on, Ryder. You don't need to be around these bad influences either.
Hey, it was a love tape. Thank you, Joe, for saving my ass in so many ways, from so many angles.
Exactly how many cameras did you use on this thing?
to you, Joe. You're a good friend. You know, you risked your reputation, or whatever's left of it, to save me.
Well, it wasn't a big deal. You know, it's like I always say, friends don't let friends' sex tapes go viral. Hope you're gonna destroy that thing.
No, I'm gonna keep it. You kidding? This is a part of my past. It's who I am. And if memory serves, I look pretty damn good in it. In fact, I was thinking about throwing myself a solo viewing party later.
Yeah, all right, I guess I can see why you'd want to keep it. You're welcome.
My tape!
Yeah, you'll thank me when you're president.
I never heard of them, Joe replied, taking a massive bite of his creation. Realizing that arguing with a homeless former millionaire about pedagogical theory was not the best use of her time, Melissa pivoted to her most pressing crisis. Lennox, you ready? It is time to go. Silence answered her from the upper floor. She is not here, Joe observed casually, chewing thoroughly. Where is she? You were supposed to watch her, Melissa accused, her anxiety spiking into genuine panic. You never said that, Joe pointed out, his logic infuriatingly sound. Because it is obvious, Melissa cried, pacing the length of the kitchen. The girl got suspended. She is gone. She has ditched the meeting. Joe swallowed, wiping his mouth with a paper towel. He looked at Melissa, seeing past the polished politician to the overwhelmed, terrified guardian beneath. You know what? You are right. I just said you were right. That was a compliment. Okay, she has, like, 3 places she usually goes after school. I will start there. You want me to help you? Melissa stopped pacing, looking at this strange, difficult man who had somehow maneuvered his way into the center of her life in less than 24 hours. Yes, please do. The search was brief but intense. Joe, utilizing an intuition honed by years of reading difficult clients and navigating high-stakes negotiations, found Lennox sitting on the flat tar roof of a nearby abandoned warehouse. She was wrapped in an oversized cardigan, her knees pulled to her chest, staring out at the hazy skyline of the city. She looked incredibly small against the vast, indifferent backdrop of the urban landscape. Joe climbed up the rusted fire escape, pulling himself onto the roof with a grunt of effort. Nothing. I can work with this kid. Wow. He walked over to where she was sitting, the gravel crunching softly under his expensive leather shoes. Is this where you come for your adolescent brooding? Lennox did not turn her head. Her voice was cold, flat, and deeply defensive. You come up here to turn me in? Joe lowered himself onto the roof beside her, crossing his long legs. He stared out at the same skyline, allowing the silence to stretch between them, a quiet offer of solidarity rather than judgment. It is not really my style, he said finally, his voice rumbling low and steady. Lennox glanced at him out of the corner of her eye, assessing the strange man who had declared himself their nanny. What is your style? Outlaw, Joe declared, a hint of theatricality in his tone. Cast out by the power brokers, forced to live a life in the city. A tiny, involuntary smirk tugged at the corner of Lennox's mouth. Oh, kind of like Batman if he had been demoted to a nanny. Joe chuckled, a genuine, warm sound that seemed to ease the tension in the cool afternoon air. Nice. Are not you supposed to be at a meeting at your principal's office right now? Lennox's brief moment of levity vanished, replaced by the hard, angry armor she wore like a second skin. Why should I? Crap goes on there all the time. Miss Lent fires the music teacher, completely gets rid of the band, and everybody is afraid to talk about it. I am tired of life being unfair. How about for once it just be fair? Joe looked at her, truly looking at her, seeing the profound grief masquerading as teenage rebellion. He understood the desperate need for fairness in a world that had suddenly violently tipped off its axis. I would be upset too, if my mom and dad bailed on me. Lennox stiffened, her eyes flashing with defensive fire. You are talking about Miss Lent. You say so, Joe replied softly, refusing to back down from the raw truth of the moment. You do not know anything about me? Lennox spat, pulling her knees tighter to her chest, building a fortress out of her own limbs. You are right, I do not, Joe agreed smoothly. But what I really do not know about you is why you are taking this all out on your aunt. Lennox looked away, her jaw tight, struggling to hold back the tears of frustration and sorrow that threatened to spill over. Because she is the only person who has not bailed on you, Joe continued, his voice gentle but unrelenting. Look, I know she can get a little skitsy at times, all times, but since we are talking about fair, do you really think it is fair that she has to go down to your school all alone and eat your big bowl of stink for something that she did not do? Lennox blinked, the bizarre phrase piercing through her thick wall of anger. Big bowl of stink? What is that? Joe smiled, a slow, knowing expression. You will know when you have eaten one. Down at the high school, Melissa was currently sitting in front of exactly such a metaphorical bowl. The principal's office was aggressively beige, a sterile environment designed to intimidate students and subdue parents. Miss Lent sat behind an expansive mahogany desk, her hands folded primly over a thick file with Lennox's name boldly printed on the tab. Melissa shifted uncomfortably in the hard wooden chair, glancing nervously at the empty seat beside her. Any sign of our Lennox? She asked, hoping against hope that the door would open. Miss Lent offered a thin, tight-lipped smile that conveyed absolutely zero warmth. Oh, Miss Lent, look, Melissa began, leaning forward, determined to advocate for her niece even in absentia. I know what Lennox did was bad. Okay, really, really bad. But if any kid has the right to be upset about what life has handed her. Look, I am not trying to excuse Lennox, I am just saying if I was Lennox, I probably would have done worse by now. In fact, I did. Miss Lent adjusted her glasses, her expression remaining perfectly unreadable. This is pointless without Lennox. Why do not we just reschedule? Melissa pulled out her heavily color-coded planner, the visual representation of her incredibly overscheduled life. You think you can manage to find her by, say, tomorrow afternoon? Oh, tomorrow's city council session is all day. But we take lunch 12 to 1. I do not know when you break. Miss Lent sighed, a quiet, judgmental sound that set Melissa's teeth on edge. Miss Burke, parenting does not fit into nice little schedule boxes, you know. It might be helpful to look not just at what Lennox is doing, but at the job you are doing. Melissa felt a hot flush of anger rise in her cheeks. She was trying her absolute best, balancing a demanding public career with sudden, unexpected motherhood. And she would not be lectured by a woman who ran her school like a minor dictatorship. She is doing okay, Melissa defended, her voice dangerously quiet. Just as the tension in the room reached a breaking point, the heavy oak door creaked open. Lennox stood in the doorway, looking small, nervous, and entirely out of place. Hey, Lennox said softly, stepping into the room and taking the empty seat beside her aunt. She took a deep breath, refusing to look at the principal, focusing entirely on Melissa. I am sorry I am late, and I am sorry about the other day with the poem. And I am sorry about the stuff that I said. I was mad, and apparently not really at you. Melissa felt her heart swell with a sudden, overwhelming surge of love and relief. This was the breakthrough she had been desperately hoping for, a crack in the armor that proved the sweet, thoughtful girl she knew was still in there somewhere. Lennox finally turned her gaze to Miss Lent, her expression resolute. But there is no need to blame my aunt. She has been getting enough of that for me, you know. At least she is trying. Okay, whatever. Let us just get to the stink-eating part. Miss Lent blinked, clearly thrown entirely off balance by the bizarre terminology. The what-eating part? Later that evening, back in the sanctuary of their home, The atmosphere was lighter, infused with a tentative, fragile peace. Joe was in the living room, attempting to demonstrate an obscure, incredibly complex basketball dribbling technique to a captivated Ryder. "All right, let us see what you got," Joe challenged, bouncing the ball between his legs with effortless grace. "Here is a thought. My hip young brother man. Try loosening up your knees a little bit. You are welcome." Melissa watched them from the doorway, a soft smile playing on her lips. She stepped into the room, wanting to express a rare moment of genuine gratitude to the chaotic man who had somehow saved the day. "I heard about all the crap you have been going through," Melissa said. "Joe Longo? You are Joe Longo? You ran Lewis Commodities division. You made him millions." "Legitimate millions. Yeah?" Joe confirmed, his voice tightening with a mixture of anger and regret. "Your bastard brother-in-law pissed away," Melissa added, finishing his thought. She suddenly felt a pang of genuine sympathy. This man was not just a crazy protester. He was another casualty of her family's disaster. "Sorry. Happy visit." "Yeah, you went all Bolivia there for a minute," Joe muttered, rubbing the back of his neck. He looked around the chaotic kitchen, taking in the spilled cereal, the overflowing sink, and the general air of domestic desperation. "Yeah, so what do you think? Maybe you could get me a job downtown?" "There is a hiring freeze," Melissa explained softly, the political reality crashing against his hope. "I am really sorry you lost your job." Joe let out a bitter, hollow laugh. "Yeah, that is old news. Yesterday, I lost my condo." "Yeah, well, I really need to." Melissa started, trying to usher him toward the door. She had her own crises to manage. "And now they are about to repossess my car," Joe continued, the words tumbling out as if acknowledging them made them real. "Oh, but here is the morning's big headline. The adorable Mrs. Longo has decamped to her mother's house." Melissa stopped, a wave of profound empathy washing over her. She knew what it felt like to have your entire world pulled out from under you in a matter of days. "Oh God, I am really going to miss that car." Joe looked at her, his expression a mixture of pleading and defiance. "How can I put this nicely? I have got my own problems." "So you are not going to help me?" Joe asked, the defeat evident in his posture. "Do you live in my district?" "Now that I am living in my car, yeah," he replied dryly. Melissa sighed, running a hand through her perfectly styled hair. "Look, I have got meetings, a trash revolt, a kid on the brink, and I am in desperate need of professional help. For the household, not me." Joe's eyes darted toward the paperwork sitting on the counter. The application for the nanny agency. A sudden, brilliant, entirely reckless idea seemed to illuminate his face. "You are not going to find anybody this way. This salary sucks." "It is living," Melissa defended, though she knew the offer was meager. "It includes meals, which she will be cooking because otherwise people will starve." Joe pointed out, picking up the paper and studying it intently. "She? It has to be a woman? Only, vagina Americans need apply." Melissa crossed her arms, exasperated but strangely intrigued. "Personal question, did your hair get sick of you and leave? This is a choice." Joe ignored the jab, his mind racing. All right. Look. We both know that is a lowball offer. All right, so come on. What is your top number there?" Melissa narrowed her eyes, unwilling to play games. "That is my top number." Joe hesitated for only a fraction of a second, his survival instincts overriding any lingering pride. "All right, you gotta deal with it. I cannot start till Monday." "Who offered you a job?" Melissa demanded, taken aback by his presumption. "All right, I can start today," Joe amended quickly, brushing past her objection. "I am just going to have to, move a few things around. Mostly my car. Tuesday is street cleaning, is it not?" Melissa held up her hands, trying to halt the runaway train of this conversation. You do know we are talking about a nanny here, right? There are children involved. You ever work with kids? Joe puffed out his chest, projecting absolute confidence. Are you kidding? Right out of college. I ran a youth center downtown. I was in charge of 50 teenagers, cooked them meals, helped them with their homework. I was Charles Friggin in charge. Melissa studied him. He was arrogant, desperate, and entirely unorthodox. But there was something undeniably capable about the way he held himself, a fierce determination that mirrored her own. Yeah, you are perfect. There is just one little detail. I do not really like you. Before Joe could formulate a witty rebuttal, the reality of the morning crashed in. Ryder bounded down the stairs, panic written across his young face. You know about school bus? Not running today. Jackson Street block because some kind of garbage protest. Melissa's carefully constructed schedule disintegrated into dust. Crap, 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 crap. Oh, I mean, golly, tough break. Okay. I will take you. I will just miss my meeting. I mean, it is not like we need the police department. Joe stepped forward, smoothly taking control of the chaos. No, 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 no. You will make your meeting. I will take him. Hey. Ryder looked at the strange man standing in his kitchen. Hi. I am Joe. He introduced himself, extending a hand. See that Porsche out there? Yeah, it is mine. For 10 more days. Sweet. I do not know if that is your. Oh, screw it. Buckle up. Melissa watched in stunned silence as Joe herded her nephew out the door, the keys to his soon-to-be-repossessed luxury car jingling in his hand. She turned to the empty kitchen, speaking to the quiet room. Is not that the cute yelling guy from yesterday? Yeah. He is a homeless commodities trader. He is taking care of the kids. How high do I sound right now? She grabbed her phone, dialing Rhonda's number with frantic energy. Bottom line, she sounds great, she babbled as soon as her friend answered, attempting to convince herself as much as Rhonda. The perfect nanny. You were right. I cannot do this alone. What commodities trader? No. He is just temporary. And he is not cute. No, he is not. He has no hair. Okay. Before we pull the nanny trigger, when do I interview this lady? Hello. Hold on a sec. Melissa paused, noticing a neatly folded pile of laundry sitting on the dining room table. She walked over, her eyes widening in disbelief. Hey, let me ask you something, she said into the phone, her voice dropping to an accusatory whisper. When is the last time anybody did any laundry in this household? You people live like pigs. She picked up a delicate, lace garment from the top of the pile, a sudden, horrifying realization washing over her. She rushed to the front door, pulling it open just as Joe was walking back up the pathway, alone. These are my delicates, Melissa hissed, holding up the fabric as if it were radioactive. How did you get my delicates? Were you in my room? Joe did not miss a beat, a charming, unrepentant smirk playing on his lips. Yeah, pull the trigger. Hey Joe, you were right. I should have that sandwich now. Melissa opened her mouth to argue, but the sheer efficiency of his intrusion left her momentarily speechless. She watched him walk past her, toward the kitchen, before she finally found her voice. Hey Mel, all right, get back up there. What is he doing home in the middle of the day? She was pointing upstairs, where the unmistakable sound of Ryder's heavy footsteps could be heard retreating to his bedroom. His history paper, Joe answered simply, opening the refrigerator and assessing its contents with the critical eye of a chef preparing a banquet. What? Melissa asked, her voice tight with confusion and mounting frustration. Wow, all right, pack the veins back in your forehead. I took the kid to school, right? And he tells me he does not have his history paper. So we drive back here to get it. And then he tells me he did not exactly write it. Joe pulled out a jar of mustard and a package of turkey, expertly balancing them in one hand. And I said, well, you better exactly write it because it is due today. So he is up there writing it now. And he does not come out until it is done. Melissa stared at him, her meticulously organized worldview tilting dangerously off its axis. Huh? Now that is nannying. You brought him home? You do not bring a kid home who has not done his work. You leave him at school to get yelled at, which is what he has got coming. Joe began to assemble a sandwich with practiced precision, entirely unfazed by her lecture. What kind of rules are those? The rules that everybody knows, Melissa insisted, slapping her hand against the counter for emphasis. I am somebody, name in a creative way that did not go over well with Miss Lent. Not to send up a flare, but there is a possibility Channel 5 has a story. Are you sure? Rhonda asked sympathetically. Pretty sure, Melissa sighed, rubbing her eyes. I was just on the air live denying it. 2 months, living with me, and she gets suspended. Legal guardian of the year. Thank you. Rhonda moved to stand beside her, offering practical advice born of deep affection. I keep telling you, hire somebody, an organizer, professional. Those kids need structure and discipline and possibly electroshock therapy. And you, my dear, cannot do everything. Well, maybe not everything, Melissa stubbornly insisted, finding a reserve of inner strength. But I can certainly do this. It is just a matter of going up there and setting that girl straight. She paused, realizing she had not moved an inch toward Lennox's room. I have not moved yet, have I? Why is not my sister here to discipline her own daughter? Because she is locked up in federal prison, Rhonda reminded her gently. Taking a deep breath, Melissa marched upstairs and pushed open Lennox's door. She needed an entry point, a way to connect before delivering the disciplinary blow. She spotted a framed photograph on a nearby shelf. Remember you and me at the Fall Out Boy concert? I just found this old picture. Lennox did not look up. Oh, you mean the one that was hanging very obviously in the hallway outside the door? Not obviously, Melissa corrected, trying to maintain a bright tone. Affectionately, that was some night. Huh? Fall Out Boy. Woohoo. Where are we going with this? I was just remembering the good times. You know, when we shared, told each other things, important things, that happened. Today. Lennox finally met her aunt's gaze, her eyes hard and unapologetic. Oh, come on. You did not think I got suspended with something you might share? Okay, I will share this. Miss Lent is a fascist. Melissa sighed, sinking onto the edge of the unmade bed. Why could you not have called her that, instead of, well, I never got in trouble at my old school. That is because your parents bought the indoor pool, Lennox shot back defensively. It did not even have a spa. Like, what is up with that? Whatever. Look, Melissa said, her tone leaving no room for negotiation. Miss Lent is expecting an apology. You and I have an appointment down in her office at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Great. You let me know how that goes. Lennox, until you talk to her, you cannot go back to school. Lennox crossed her arms over her chest, a defiant smirk playing on her lips. Oh, well, guess I am not going back to school. Of course you are, Melissa insisted, her voice rising slightly. This is your education. Nothing is more important. The sharp chime of the doorbell echoed up the stairs, rescuing Melissa from the escalating confrontation. Oh, that is my date. Oh, I have more to say. You just stay right there. I will. Stay. Oh, gross. Melissa hurried downstairs, smoothing her dress and forcing a bright, welcoming smile onto her face. She swung the heavy oak door open, expecting to see the handsome, broad-shouldered captain of the football team she had been eagerly anticipating all evening. Instead, standing on her porch was the man from the city council meeting. The man who had shouted about her fugitive brother-in-law. Up close. He looked even more exhausted and disheveled, though there was a lingering trace of undeniable charm beneath the shadow of his stress. He was tall, with a sharp jawline and intense eyes that darted nervously around the porch. "I was expecting my date," Melissa said flatly, her welcoming smile instantly vanishing. "I will be quick." The man held up his hands in a gesture of surrender. "I was a jackass down at City Hall. I never should have crashed your meeting asking where your brother-in-law was. That was wrong. And I just wanted to come here and say that I am sorry." Melissa crossed her arms, unimpressed. She wanted nothing to do with any reminders of Louis. She wanted to drink wine and forget her life for a few hours. "Bolivia!" she shouted suddenly, testing a theory. "Louis is in Bolivia, is he not?" The man flinched violently, taking a step back. "You just flinched," Melissa observed triumphantly. "I flinched because you shouted Bolivia," he retorted, his voice thick with exasperation. "Okay, people in Bolivia flinched. Look, I do not know where the hell he is. Now get lost and leave me alone." Just as the man turned to leave, a sleek, expensive car pulled into the driveway. A tall, impeccably dressed man stepped out, holding a small bouquet of flowers. He looked like he had stepped off the cover of a magazine. "Hi, Griffin," Melissa breathed, her heart leaping into her throat. "Hey," Griffin smiled, his voice smooth and warm. "Do you not look nice and smell handsome?" He paused, his gaze shifting to the disheveled man standing on the porch. "Who is this guy?" "Oh, no guy," Melissa said quickly, stepping between them. "I am a... Look, Griffin, I know you have waited a long time for this date, and so have I. Look, great. Look, I have a niece in crisis, and I really want to go on this date, but, I have to spend some time with her, and I so want to be spending time with you, but, man, you smell great." The realization that she could not abandon her niece, not tonight, not when Lennox was clearly spiraling, washed over her with a crushing wave of disappointment. The fantasy of a carefree evening evaporated, replaced by the heavy, immutable reality of her responsibilities. "Look, I am really excited to buy this date," Melissa stammered, trying to find the right words to apologize to Griffin. "I just cannot go on it, so let me do this. There. That should hold you for a few weeks, maybe more. We just do not know." "Wow." Griffin looked understandably bewildered, but his inherent politeness won out. He handed her the flowers, offered a sympathetic nod, and returned to his car. Melissa stood on the porch, clutching the flowers to her chest, watching the taillights of her ruined evening disappear down the quiet suburban street. She turned back to find Rhonda standing in the doorway, observing the scene with a mixture of amusement and pity. "That is a whole bucket of gravy," Rhonda noted quietly. "Hi, Rhonda," Melissa sighed, stepping back inside and tossing the flowers onto the entryway table. "I know I am late." "Really? That late?" Rhonda teased gently. "Yes," Melissa admitted, surrendering to the exhaustion. "I filled out the paperwork for the nanny agency. It is right here." "No kidding," Rhonda said, raising an eyebrow. "I am late," Melissa asked, confusion clouding her mind. "You should have said that before. Oh dear God, relax." The following morning dawned bright and early, casting long, golden shadows across the kitchen as Melissa frantically attempted to prepare breakfast and organize her briefing folders simultaneously. The doorbell rang with an insistent, rhythmic buzz. Expecting the representative from the nanny agency, Melissa pulled the door open, a polite smile plastered on her face. It was the man from the night before, again. "It is a happy visit today," he announced cheerfully, stepping inside without waiting for an invitation. "May I?" "No. So I found the city budget online last night, and I went through it." Melissa stared at him, utterly dumbfounded by his audacity. "Here is a thought. The cash in the general fund that is just sitting there? Hire me and I will double your rate of return." That way, you will have enough money for smaller class sizes and extra garbage pickups. And pie for everyone. Melissa blinked, trying to process the rapid-fire pitch. He was charismatic, certainly, and possessing an astonishing level of confidence for a man who had been nearly shouting on her porch just hours prior. That sounds like a great plan, Melissa said slowly, choosing her words with careful deliberation. And I would sign up immediately if you were not a complete lunatic. The man stood up straighter, a flicker of genuine pride crossing his features. Joseph Longo is not a lunatic. A spark of recognition ignited in Melissa's memory. She had seen that name in the endless, depressing legal documents surrounding her brother-in-law's downfall. Melissa took a long sip of the water, feeling the cool liquid soothe her parched throat. Yes, I did, she affirmed, a touch of pride in her voice. She thought back to another altercation outside the chambers, an irate citizen who had taken his protest a step too far. Suck it, garbage guy. Oh, and then this dude. Hey, do not be that guy. Do not be that guy that brings your garbage into a public arena and acts like a crazy person. Act like a gentleman. Thank you. Rhonda chuckled, shaking her head. You handled it perfectly. But Melissa knew the real chaos of the day had not come from the sanitation protest. It had come from a ghost of her family's recent, highly publicized past. She recounted the moment to Rhonda, the sudden, jarring interruption that had derailed the entire meeting. A man had stormed the aisle, his designer suit looking slightly rumpled, his eyes wild with a mixture of fury and desperation. Now, where the hell is the money your brother-in-law stole from me? The man had demanded, his voice slicing through the bureaucratic drone of the room. Melissa remembered the hot flush of embarrassment that had crept up her neck. Her sister's husband, Louis, had orchestrated a massive financial fraud, leaving a trail of ruined lives and empty bank accounts in his wake. Louis had fled the country. Her sister was currently serving time in a federal prison, and Melissa had been left to pick up the pieces, which included taking in her teenage niece and nephew. What, my sister? Melissa had responded, trying to keep her voice light, trying to deflect the heavy burden of her family's scandal. Okay, but that is not me. She had looked out at the sea of faces, searching for a shred of empathy. Let me ask the room, does anybody here have a relative they are not exactly proud of? A few hands had tentatively raised, a ripple of uncomfortable laughter sweeping through the crowd. It was a small victory, a moment of shared human frailty that had diffused the immediate tension. It is not just me, Melissa told Rhonda now, leaning heavily against the kitchen island. At least he was cute. Rhonda raised an eyebrow, clearly skeptical. Yeah, I do not see it. You held your own up there. You remind me of your father, the esteemed senator. Melissa grimaced playfully, sniffing her own sleeve. Oh my goodness. Did I smell like strippers? No, Rhonda laughed, swatting Melissa's arm lightly. You smelled like authority. Oh, well, that is my fragrance, Melissa declared, a genuine smile finally breaking through her exhaustion. Yeah, I have to say, in all humility, I was, yes, smoking. They shared a high five, the familiar rhythm of their friendship providing a comforting anchor in Melissa's turbulent world. Up high, down low. Okay, Rhonda said. Plus, your brother-in-law's various felonies totally shifted the focus of the meeting. I think you put the whole trash issue to bed, Rhonda added encouragingly. Just then, the swinging door to the kitchen creaked open, and Melissa's nephew, Ryder, shuffled in. He was a teenager lost in the awkward transition between boyhood and young adulthood, his expression a perpetual mask of mild confusion and underlying angst. Aunt Mel, why are angry white guys throwing trash at our front door? Ryder asked, his voice cracking slightly as he pointed a thumb over his shoulder toward the front hall. Melissa sighed, rubbing her temples as the reality of her dual life crashed back down upon her. There is a political debate in the community in which the majority feels as though She stopped, realizing the absurdity of explaining municipal politics to a boy who just wanted to play video games in peace. The smell from the front porch was beginning to seep under the heavy oak door. This is getting heavy and really smelly. Ryder shrugged, dropping a piece of mail onto the counter. I am just going to leave this here for you, Aunt Mel. There are like 10 more on the porch. Melissa patted his shoulder affectionately before making her way upstairs to check on her niece. Lennox was 15, brilliantly sharp, fiercely independent, and currently radiating a palpable aura of teenage rebellion fueled by profound loss. Her parents were gone. Her life had been uprooted, and she was determined to make sure everyone knew she considered this new arrangement entirely unacceptable. Melissa knocked softly on Lennox's half-open bedroom door. The room was a chaotic landscape of half-unpacked boxes and overflowing suitcases. Hey, Lennox. Lennox, did you see the, dresser I put in your room? Lennox looked up from her phone, her expression carefully blank. Yeah, it is really cute, but I am okay. Melissa gestured helplessly to the luggage scattered across the floor. I have got suitcases, Lennox added, leaving no room for argument. Melissa stepped back out into the hallway, retreating to the safety of Rhonda's company. She thinks living here is temporary? Melissa asked, the hurt evident in her voice. Well, she no longer tells me what she thinks. I used to be, I will sneak out of the house. Aunt Mel, let us get matching tattoos, Aunt Mel. Now, because I said so, Aunt Mel, I do horrible things, like put furniture in her room. She let out a humorless laugh. Clearly, I am a monster. Rhonda placed a comforting hand on Melissa's arm. Of course she is difficult. Do you not remember what you were like at 15? Not very clearly, Melissa admitted, staring blankly down the hallway. Did a lot of drinking then. Determined to reclaim a sliver of her own life, Melissa began to prepare for something she had not experienced in months. A romantic date. The sheer thought of sitting across from a handsome man, drinking wine, and not discussing garbage collection or teenage brooding was enough to send a flutter of nervous energy through her stomach. I am going out tonight, so Rhonda is staying with you guys if you need anything, Melissa announced as she walked past Ryder, who was bouncing a basketball lightly in the hallway. Coach says you need a better jump shot. You got one of those? Rhonda stepped forward with a confident grin. Yes, we Asian women are all about the hoops. She turned her attention to the teenager. So if you have got any homework, do it. And beyond that, just, be good and do not torch the place. Melissa finished for her, referencing an incident from Ryder's not-so-distant past. Yes, Rhonda agreed solemnly. It was one little single alarm fire, Melissa defended weakly. At his old house, the week his dad ran off. He was angry. He just stacked 20 of his dad's suits on the driveway, added some top-shelf cognac and lit them up. In a way, Rhonda reasoned gently, but we all need to let things out every now and then. No, we do not, Melissa countered firmly. The urge to set things on fire we repress. Later, standing in front of her full-length mirror, Melissa held up two different outfits, her brow furrowed in indecision. The prospect of a date was terrifyingly wonderful. Thanks for babysitting. I have not had a date since the kids moved in. It has been so long. I am actually nervous. All right, what do you think? These say smart, independent, bright political future. These say former bad girl. Rhonda pointed decisively at the second option. She is back. What, are you going hiking? That is yours. Just as Melissa was beginning to feel a surge of confidence, the shrill ring of the telephone shattered the peaceful anticipation. Rhonda answered it, her expression rapidly morphing from polite greeting to deep concern. Melbourne? Rhonda Chong? Yes, hello? Rhonda paused, her eyes widening as she listened to the voice on the other end. Channel school principal. She did what? What did she do? When? Where? Really? Today? Melissa felt the blood drain from her face. She snatched the phone from Rhonda's hand, bracing herself for the inevitable disaster. Lennox did that. Liz, I find that hard to believe. No. She did not tell me. It is not at all typical. Of course I believe you. I know when something is serious. It is really serious. I am really sorry that this happened. I will talk to Mel. But I am telling you, this could not have happened. As she hung up the receiver, the silence in the room was deafening. Melissa looked at Rhonda, the weight of sudden parenthood pressing heavily upon her shoulders. Guess what? Melissa said, her voice hollow. Today at school, Lennox handed out flyers containing an original poem rhyming her principal's name. You don't bring a kid home who hasn't done his work. You leave him at school to get yelled at, which is what he's got coming. What kind of rules are those? The rules that everybody knows. I'm somebody. I never heard of them. Lennox, you ready? It's time to go. She's not here. Where is she? You were supposed to watch her. You never said that. Because it's obvious. The girl got suspended. She's gone. She's ditched the meeting. You know what? You're right. I just said you were right. That was a compliment. Okay, she has like 3 places she usually goes after school. I'll start there. You want me to help you? Yes, please do. Nothing. I can work with this kid. Wow. Is this where you come for your adolescent brooding? You come up here to turn me in? It's not really my style. What is your style? Outlaw. Cast out by the power brokers. Forced to live a life in the city. Oh, kind of like Batman if he'd been demoted to a nanny. Nice. Aren't you supposed to be at a meeting at your principal's office right now? Why should I? Crap goes on there all the time. Ms. Lent fires the music teacher, completely gets rid of the band, and everybody's afraid to talk about it. I'm tired of life being unfair. How about for once it just be fair? I'd be upset too, if my mom and dad bailed on me. You're talking about Ms. Lent. You say so. You don't know anything about me. You're right, I don't. But what I really don't know about you is why you're taking this all out on your aunt. Because she's the only person who hasn't bailed on you. Look, I know she can get a little skitsy at times. All times. But since we're talking about fair, do you really think it's fair that she has to go down to your school all alone and eat your big bowl of stink for something that she didn't do? Big bowl of stink? What is that? You'll know when you've eaten one. Any sign of our Lennox? Oh, Ms. Lent, look, I know what Lennox did was bad. Okay, really, really bad. But if any kid has the right to be upset about what life's handed her. Look, I'm not trying to excuse Lennox, I'm just saying, if I was Lennox, I probably would have done worse by now. In fact, I did. This is pointless without Lennox. Why don't we just reschedule? You think you can manage to find her by, say, tomorrow afternoon? Oh, tomorrow's city council sessions all day. But we take lunch 12 to 1. I don't know when you break. Ms. Burke, parenting doesn't fit into nice little schedule boxes. You know, it might be helpful to look not just at what Lennox is doing, but at the job you're doing. She's doing okay. Hey, I'm sorry I'm late, and I'm sorry about the other day with the poem, and I'm sorry about the stuff that I said. I was mad, and apparently not really at you, but there's no need to blame my aunt. She's been getting enough of that for me. You know, at least she's trying. Okay, whatever. Let's just get to the stink-eating part. The what-eating part. All right, let's see what you got. Here's a thought, my hip young brother man. Try loosening up your knees a little bit. You're welcome. I heard about all the crap you've been going through. You know, with your wife going broke, losing your car, your condo. I mean, how can you even walk? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. No, it's all right. I'm aware that my life is an abyss of inky black despair. Thanks for the pep talk. Hey, could you show me how to do that? Only if you taped it. I have no idea. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your aunt. I meant your aunt. Hey, so I ate my whole big bowl of stink. I even went back for seconds. Ugh, I'm gonna go brush my teeth now. Hands. It was you. You talked her into going down there. How did you talk her into going down there? People like me. No, really. I paid her $50. A bribe? That's terrible. Not only is that wrong, that's horrible parenting. Well, I'm not a parent, and neither are you. Can I have $50? No. Then relax, all right? I wrote Lennox a personal check. Boing. Another very valuable life lesson. So is this how you ran your youth center right out of college? Oh, please, there was no youth center. Can I speak to you in the other room? Nice knowing you. Oh, I'll be fine. You lie, you bribe. Is there anything you won't do? Windows. Look, Burke, I'm just trying to help you out here. You know? I mean, I may have played it fast and loose, but Lennox apologized to that lung woman, right? Yes. Yes, she did. She also, as it happens, said a few nice things about me. In front of me. It's the first time since she's been here. Frankly, it took my breath away. Oh my God, you didn't pay her to do that, too. Did you? No, she gave me that one free of charge. Although it may be my mere presence in this household that's sort of seamlessly pulling everything together. Oh my God. Let's believe that. Oh, I almost forgot. A Regency nanny's called. They said that Mrs. Dietrich is available and that she'll be here 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. You didn't think I could handle this, did you? To be honest, no. Not until you, pulled all that confidence out of your ass. So, is this official now? Because, if not, I can just, hop in my house and drive away. Yeah. Let's give it a shot. How bad could you be? You'll find out, won't you? So, how'd your date go that lasted till 3 freaking a.m.? Leave me alone, Mom. It's not a school night. And he was captain of the football team. God. Wow, I just realized I've never actually had that conversation with my own mom. I'd come in at 3 a.m., and she'd send me back out for gin. So how'd the kids get to bed? Ryder knocked out about 11, and Lennox was, 1:30. 1:30. All right. She just got in bed now when she heard the car pulling. But she's caught up on, bio and math. And the 5th season of Lost. Army Delivery Council. Babe, does it? What's that face? Did you forget something? Hey, holy nuts, that guy's huge. Mel, this guy. I'm not kidding, this guy's huge, Mel. The atmosphere inside the city council chambers was stifling, thick with the humid weight of public discontent and the unmistakable, lingering odor of refuse. Melissa Burke stood at the podium, her posture impeccable despite the exhaustion gnawing at her bones. The bright fluorescent lights overhead seemed to highlight the tension in the room, reflecting off the polished wood of the council desks and illuminating the flushed, angry faces of the citizens seated before her. She was a woman who prided herself on maintaining control, a public servant dedicated to her community, but today, the community was pushing back with formidable force. From the side of the room, her trusted friend and confidant leaned in with a supportive, teasing whisper. Look at you, her friend murmured, a playful smirk dancing on her lips. Public servant by day, hottie by night. Melissa allowed herself a brief, weary smile, her eyes sparkling with a mixture of humor and determination. Well, I have to turn on the heat during the day, or nobody gets anything done. She replied smoothly, adjusting the collar of her sharp, professional blazer. She turned her attention back to the current agenda, her voice projecting with clear, practiced authority. Oh, council story is up. From now on, we are capping elementary school class size at 22 students. She expected a murmur of approval, perhaps a smattering of applause for prioritizing education. Instead, a burly man in the 3rd row shot out of his seat, his face a canvas of righteous indignation. He was clutching a crumpled protest flyer in one hand and pointing an accusatory finger at Melissa with the other. This is garbage, the man bellowed, his voice echoing off the high ceilings of the chamber. Which is piling up in front of my restaurant because you cut pickups to once a week. Melissa took a steadying breath, refusing to let her composure crack. She understood his frustration. Municipal budgets were a delicate balancing act, a constant game of sacrificing one comfort for a greater necessity. She leaned closer to the microphone, her tone empathetic but firm. Well, a reduction in trash service is what pays for the smaller class sizes. Later that evening, the adrenaline of the council meeting had faded into a bone-deep weariness. Melissa walked through the front door of her spacious, tastefully decorated home, slipping off her heels with a sigh of profound relief. Her friend Rhonda, who had generously offered to help keep an eye on things, greeted her in the kitchen with a glass of sparkling water. Crazy guys with trash bags coming at you, and you stay the mature, rational adult, Rhonda observed, leaning against the marble countertop with an impressed nod. Melissa, you got one of those? Yes, we Asian women are all about the hoops. So if you've got any homework, do it. And beyond that, just, be good and don't. Torch the place? Yes. It was one little single alarm fire. At his old house, the week his dad ran off. He was angry. He just stacked 20 of his dad's suits on the driveway, added some top-shelf cognac and lit them up. In a way. But we all need to let things out every now and then. No, we don't. The urge to set things on fire we repress. Thanks for babysitting. I haven't had a date since the kids moved in. It's been so long. I'm actually nervous. All right, what do you think? These say smart, independent, bright political future. These say former bad girl. She's back. What, are you going hiking? That's yours. Melbourne, Rhonda Chong. Yes. Hello? Channel school principal. She did what? What did she do? When? Where? Really? Today? Lennox did that. Liz, I find that hard to believe. No, she didn't tell me. It's not at all typical. Of course I believe you. I know when something's serious. It is really serious. I'm really sorry that this happened. I'll talk to Mel, but I'm telling you, this couldn't have happened. Guess what? Today at school, Lennox handed out flyers containing an original poem rhyming her principal's name in a creative way that didn't go over well with Ms. Lunt. Not to send up a flare, but there's a possibility Channel 5 has a story. Are you sure? Pretty sure. I was just on the air live denying it. 2 months living with me and she gets suspended. Legal guardian of the year. Thank you. I keep telling you, hire somebody, an organizer, a professional. Those kids need structure and discipline and possibly electroshock therapy. And you, my dear, cannot do everything. Well, maybe not everything, but I can certainly do this. It's just a matter of going up there and setting that girl straight. I haven't moved yet, have I? Why isn't my sister here to discipline her own daughter? Because she's locked up in federal prison. Remember you and me at the Fall Out Boy concert? I just found this old picture. Oh, you mean the one that was hanging very obviously in the hallway outside the door? Not obviously. Affectionately. That was some night. Huh? Fall Out Boy. Woohoo. Where are we going with this? I was just remembering the good times, you know? When we shared, told each other things. Important things. That happened. Today. Oh, come on. You didn't think I got suspended with something you might share? Okay, I will share this. Miss Lent is a fascist. Why couldn't you have called her that? Instead of, Well, I never got in trouble at my old school. That's because your parents bought the indoor pool. It didn't even have a spa. Like, what's up with that? Whatever. Look, Miss Lent is expecting an apology. You and I have an appointment down in her office at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Great. You let me know how that goes. Lennox, until you talk to her, you can't go back to school. Oh, well, guess I'm not going back to school. Of course you are. This is your education. Nothing is more important. Oh, that's my date. Oh, I have more to say. You just stay right there. Stay. Oh, gross. I was expecting my date. I'll be quick. I was a jackass down at City Hall. I never should have crashed your meeting asking where your brother-in-law was. That was wrong. And I just wanted to come here and say that I'm sorry. Bolivia. Louis is in Bolivia. Isn't he? You just flinched. I flinched because you shouted Bolivia. Okay, people in Bolivia flinched. Look, I don't know where the hell he is. Now get lost and leave me alone. Hi, Griffin. Hey, don't you look nice and smell handsome? Who's this guy? Oh, no guy. Look, Griffin, I know you've waited a long time for this date, and so have I. Look. Great. Look, I have a niece in crisis, and I really want to go on this date, but, I have to spend some time with her, and I so want to be spending time with you, but, man, you smell great. Look, I'm really excited to buy this date. I just can't go on it, so let me do this. There. That should hold you for a few weeks, maybe more. We just don't know. Wow. That's a whole bucket of gravy. Hi, Rhonda. I know I'm late. Really? That late? Yes, I filled out the paperwork for the nanny agency. It's right here. No kidding. I'm late? You should have said that before. Oh dear God. Relax. It's a happy visit today. May I? No. So I found the city budget online last night, and I went through it. Here's a thought. The cash in the general fund that's just sitting there? Hire me and I'll double your rate of return. That way you'll have enough money for smaller class sizes and extra garbage pickups. And pie for everyone. That sounds like a great plan, and I'd sign up immediately if you weren't a complete lunatic. Joseph Longo is not a lunatic. Joe Longo? You're Joe Longo? You ran Lewis's commodities division. You made him millions. Legitimate millions, yeah. Your bastard brother-in-law pissed away. Sorry. Happy visit. Yeah, you went all Bolivia there for a minute. Yeah. So what do you think? Maybe you could get me a job downtown? There's a hiring freeze. I'm really sorry you lost your job. Yeah, that's old news. Yesterday, I lost my condo. Yeah, well, I really need to. And now they're about to repossess my car. Oh, but here is the morning's big headline. The adorable Mrs. Longo has decamped to her mother's house. Oh God, I'm really gonna miss that car. How can I put this nicely? I've got my own problems. So you're not gonna help me? Do you live in my district? Now that I'm living in my car, yeah. Look, I've got meetings, a trash revolt, a kid on the brink, and I'm in desperate need of professional help. For the household, not me. You're not gonna find anybody this way. This salary sucks. It's living. It includes meals, which she'll be cooking because otherwise people will starve. She? It has to be a woman? Only, vagina Americans need apply? Personal question, did your hair get sick of you and leave? This is a choice. All right. Look. We both know that's a lowball offer, all right? So come on. What's your top number there? That is my top number. All right, you gotta deal with it. I can't start till Monday. Who offered you a job? All right, I can start today. I'm just gonna have to, move a few things around. Mostly my car. Tuesday's street cleaning, isn't it? You do know we're talking about a nanny here, right? There are children involved. You ever work with kids? Are you kidding? Right out of college, I ran a youth center downtown. I was in charge of 50 teenagers. Cooked them meals, helped them with their homework. I was Charles Friggin in charge. Yeah, you're perfect. There's just one little detail. I don't really like you. You know about school bus? Not running today. Jackson Street block because some kind of garbage protest. Crap. Oh, golly, tough break. Okay, I'll take you. I'll just miss my meeting. It's not like we need the police department. No. You'll make your meeting. I'll take him. Hey. Hi, I'm Joe. See that Porsche out there? Yeah, it's mine. For 10 more days. Sweet. I don't know if that's your... Oh, screw it. Buckle up. Isn't that the cute yelling guy from yesterday? Yeah. He's a homeless commodities trader. He's taking care of the kids. How high do I sound right now? Bottom line, she sounds great. The perfect nanny. You were right. I can't do this alone. What, commodities trader? No, he's just temporary. And he's not cute. No, he's not. He has no hair. Okay, before we pull the nanny trigger, when do I interview this lady? Hello. Hold on a sec. Hey, let me ask you something. When's the last time anybody did any laundry in this household? You people live like pigs. These are my delicates. How did you get my delicates? Were you in my room? Yeah. Pull the trigger. Hey Joe, you were right. I should have that sandwich now. Hey, Mel. All right, get back up there. What is he doing home in the middle of the day? His history paper. What? Wow. All right, pack the veins back in your forehead. I took the kid to school, right? And he tells me he doesn't have his history paper. So we drive back here to get it, and then he tells me he didn't exactly write it. And I said, well, you better exactly write it because it's due today. So he's up there writing it now. And he doesn't come out until it's done. Huh? Now that's nannying. You brought him home? What? Wow. All right, pack the veins back in your forehead. I took the kid to school, right? And he tells me he doesn't have his history paper. So we drive back here to get it, and then he tells me he didn't exactly write it. And I said, well, you better exactly write it because it's due today. So he's up there writing it now. And he doesn't come out until it's done. Huh? Now that's nannying. You brought him home? You don't bring a kid home who hasn't done his work. You leave him at school to get yelled at, which is what he's got coming. What kind of rules are those? The rules that everybody knows. I'm somebody. I never heard of them. Lennox, you ready? It's time to go. She's not here. Where is she? You were supposed to watch her. You never said that. Because it's obvious. The girl got suspended. She's gone. She's ditched the meeting. You know what? You're right. I just said you were right. That was a compliment. Okay, she has like 3 places she usually goes after school. I'll start there. You want me to help you? Yes, please do. Nothing. I can work with this kid. Wow. Is this where you come for your adolescent brooding? You come up here to turn me in? It's not really my style. What is your style? Outlaw. Cast out by the power brokers. Forced to live a life in the city. Oh, kind of like Batman if he'd been demoted to a nanny. Nice. Aren't you supposed to be at a meeting at your principal's office right now? Why should I? Crap goes on there all the time. Ms. Lent fires the music teacher, completely gets rid of the band, and everybody's afraid to talk about it. I'm tired of life being unfair. How about for once it just be fair? I'd be upset too, if my mom and dad bailed on me. You're talking about Ms. Lent. You say so. You don't know anything about me. You're right, I don't. But what I really don't know about you is why you're taking this all out on your aunt. Because she's the only person who hasn't bailed on you. Look, I know she can get a little skitsy at times. All times. But since we're talking about fair, do you really think it's fair that she has to go down to your school all alone and eat your big bowl of stink for something that she didn't do? Big bowl of stink? What is that? You'll know when you've eaten one. Any sign of our Lennox? Oh, Ms. Lent, look, I know what Lennox did was bad. Okay, really, really bad. But if any kid has the right to be upset about what life's handed her. Look, I'm not trying to excuse Lennox, I'm just saying, if I was Lennox, I probably would have done worse by now. In fact, I did. This is pointless without Lennox. Why don't we just reschedule? You think you can manage to find her by, say, tomorrow afternoon? Oh, tomorrow's city council sessions all day. But we take lunch 12 to 1. I don't know when you break. Ms. Burke, parenting doesn't fit into nice little schedule boxes. You know, it might be helpful to look not just at what Lennox is doing, but at the job you're doing. She's doing okay. Hey, I'm sorry I'm late, and I'm sorry about the other day with the poem, and I'm sorry about the stuff that I said. I was mad, and apparently not really at you, but there's no need to blame my aunt. She's been getting enough of that for me. You know, at least she's trying. Okay, whatever. Let's just get to the stink-eating part. The what-eating part. All right, let's see what you got. Here's a thought, my hip young brother man. Try loosening up your knees a little bit. You're welcome. I heard about all the crap you've been going through. You know, with your wife going broke, losing your car, your condo. I mean, how can you even walk? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. No, it's all right. I'm aware that my life is an abyss of inky black despair. Thanks for the pep talk. Hey, could you show me how to do that? Only if you taped it. I have no idea. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your aunt. I meant your aunt. Hey, so I ate my whole big bowl of stink. I even went back for seconds. Ugh, I'm gonna go brush my teeth now. Hands. It was you. You talked her into going down there. How did you talk her into going down there? People like me. No, really. I paid her $50. A bribe? That's terrible. Not only is that wrong, that's horrible parenting. Well, I'm not a parent, and neither are you. Can I have $50? No. Then relax, all right? I wrote Lennox a personal check. Boing. Another very valuable life lesson. So is this how you ran your youth center right out of college? Oh, please, there was no youth center. Can I speak to you in the other room? Nice knowing you. Oh, I'll be fine. You lie, you bribe. Is there anything you won't do? Windows. Look, Burke, I'm just trying to help you out here. You know? I mean, I may have played it fast and loose, but Lennox apologized to that lung woman, right? Yes. Yes, she did. She also, as it happens, said a few nice things about me. In front of me. It's the first time since she's been here. Frankly, it took my breath away. Oh my God, you didn't pay her to do that, too. Did you? No, she gave me that one free of charge. Although it may be my mere presence in this household that's sort of seamlessly pulling everything together. Oh my God. Let's believe that. Oh, I almost forgot. A Regency nanny's called. They said that Mrs. Dietrich is available and that she'll be here 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. You didn't think I could handle this, did you? To be honest, no. Not until you, pulled all that confidence out of your ass. So, is this official now? Because, if not, I can just, hop in my house and drive away. Yeah. Let's give it a shot. How bad could you be? You'll find out, won't you? So, how'd your date go that lasted till 3 freaking a.m.? Leave me alone, Mom. It's not a school night. And he was captain of the football team. God. Wow, I just realized I've never actually had that conversation with my own mom. I'd come in at 3 a.m., and she'd send me back out for gin. So how'd the kids get to bed? Ryder knocked out about 11, and Lennox was, 1:30. 1:30. All right. She just got in bed now when she heard the car pulling. But she's caught up on, bio and math. And the 5th season of Lost. Army Delivery Council. Babe, does it? What's that face? Did you forget something? Hey, holy nuts, that guy's huge. Mel, this guy. I'm not kidding, this guy's huge, Mel. Melissa and Joey is recorded in front of a live studio audience. Look at you, public servant by day, hottie by night. Well, I have to turn on the heat during the day or nobody get anything done. Ooh, council stories up. From now on, we're capping elementary school class size at 22 students. This is garbage, which is piling up in front of my restaurant because you cut pickups to once a week. Well, a reduction in trash service is what pays for the smaller class sizes. Crazy guys with trash bags coming at you and you stay the mature, rational adult. Yes, I did. Suck it, garbage guy. Oh, and then this dude. Hey, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy that brings your garbage into a public arena and acts like a crazy person. Act like a gentleman. Thank you. Now, where the hell's the money your brother-in-law stole from me? What, my sister? Okay, but that's not me. Let me ask the room. Does anybody here have a relative they're not exactly proud of? It's not just me. At least he was cute. Yeah, I don't see it. You held your own up there. You remind me of your father, the esteemed senator. Oh, my God. Did I smell like strippers? No, you smelled like authority. Oh, well, that is my fragrance. Yeah, I have to say, in all humility, I was, yes, smoking. High, down, low. Okay. Plus, your brother-in-law's various felonies totally shifted the focus of the meeting. I think you put the whole trash issue to bed. Aunt Mel, why are angry white guys throwing trash at our front door? There is a political debate in the community in which the majority feels as though this is getting heavy and really smelly. I'm just gonna leave this here for you, Aunt Mel. There's like 10 more on the porch. Hey, Lennox, did you see the dresser I put in your room? Yeah, it's really cute, but I'm okay. I've got suitcases. She thinks living here is temporary. Well, she no longer tells me what she thinks. I used to be, I'll sneak out of the house, Aunt Mel. Let's get matching tattoos, Aunt Mel. Now, because I said so, Aunt Mel. I do horrible things like put furniture in her room. Clearly, I'm a monster. Of course she's difficult. Don't you remember what you were like at 15? Not very clearly. Did a lot of drinking then. I'm going out tonight, so Rhonda's staying with you guys if you need anything. Coach says you need a better jump shot. I'll sneak out of the house, Aunt Mel. Let's get matching tattoos, Aunt Mel. Now, because I said so, Aunt Mel. I do horrible things like put furniture in her room. Clearly, I'm a monster. Of course she's difficult. Don't you remember what you were like at 15? Not very clearly. Did a lot of drinking then. I'm going out tonight, so Rhonda's staying with you guys if you need anything. Coach says you need a better jump shot. You got one of those? Yes, we Asian women are all about the hoops. So if you've got any homework, do it. And beyond that, just, be good and don't. Torch the place? Yes. It was one little single alarm fire. At his old house, the week his dad ran off. He was angry. He just stacked 20 of his dad's suits on the driveway, added some top-shelf cognac and lit them up. In a way. But we all need to let things out every now and then. No, we don't. The urge to set things on fire we repress. Thanks for babysitting. I haven't had a date since the kids moved in. It's been so long. I'm actually nervous. All right, what do you think? These say smart, independent, bright political future. These say former bad girl. She's back. What, are you going hiking? That's yours. Melbourne, Rhonda Chong. Yes. Hello? Channel school principal. She did what? What did she do? When? Where? Really? Today? Lennox did that. Liz, I find that hard to believe. No, she didn't tell me. It's not at all typical. Of course I believe you. I know when something's serious. It is really serious. I'm really sorry that this happened. I'll talk to Mel, but I'm telling you, this couldn't have happened. Guess what? Today at school, Lennox handed out flyers containing an original poem rhyming her principal's name in a creative way that didn't go over well with Ms. Lunt. Not to send up a flare, but there's a possibility Channel 5 has a story. Are you sure? Pretty sure. I was just on the air live denying it. 2 months living with me and she gets suspended. Legal guardian of the year. Thank you. I keep telling you, hire somebody, an organizer, a professional. Those kids need structure and discipline and possibly electroshock therapy. And you, my dear, cannot do everything. Well, maybe not everything, but I can certainly do this. It's just a matter of going up there and setting that girl straight. I haven't moved yet, have I? Why isn't my sister here to discipline her own daughter? Because she's locked up in federal prison. Remember you and me at the Fall Out Boy concert? I just found this old picture. Oh, you mean the one that was hanging very obviously in the hallway outside the door? Not obviously. Affectionately. That was some night. Huh? Fall Out Boy. Woohoo. Where are we going with this? I was just remembering the good times, you know? When we shared, told each other things. Important things. That happened. Today. Oh, come on. You didn't think I got suspended with something you might share? Okay, I will share this. Miss Lent is a fascist. Why couldn't you have called her that? Instead of, Well, I never got in trouble at my old school. That's because your parents bought the indoor pool. It didn't even have a spa. Like, what's up with that? Whatever. Look, Miss Lent is expecting an apology. You and I have an appointment down in her office at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Great. You let me know how that goes. Lennox, until you talk to her, you can't go back to school. Oh, well, guess I'm not going back to school. Of course you are. This is your education. Nothing is more important. Oh, that's my date. Oh, I have more to say. You just stay right there. Stay. Oh, gross. I was expecting my date. I'll be quick. I was a jackass down at City Hall. I never should have crashed your meeting asking where your brother-in-law was. That was wrong. And I just wanted to come here and say that I'm sorry. Bolivia. Louis is in Bolivia. Isn't he? You just flinched. I flinched because you shouted Bolivia. Okay, people in Bolivia flinched. Look, I don't know where the hell he is. Now get lost and leave me alone. Hi, Griffin. Hey, don't you look nice and smell handsome? Who's this guy? Oh, no guy. Look, Griffin, I know you've waited a long time for this date, and so have I. Look. Great. Look, I have a niece in crisis, and I really want to go on this date, but, I have to spend some time with her, and I so want to be spending time with you, but, man, you smell great. Look, I'm really excited to buy this date. I just can't go on it, so let me do this. There. That should hold you for a few weeks, maybe more. We just don't know. Wow. That's a whole bucket of gravy. Hi, Rhonda. I know I'm late. Really? That late? Yes, I filled out the paperwork for the nanny agency. It's right here. No kidding. I'm late? You should have said that before. Oh dear God. Relax. It's a happy visit today. May I? No. So I found the city budget online last night, and I went through it. Here's a thought. The cash in the general fund that's just sitting there? Hire me and I'll double your rate of return. That way you'll have enough money for smaller class sizes and extra garbage pickups. And pie for everyone. That sounds like a great plan, and I'd sign up immediately if you weren't a complete lunatic. Joseph Longo is not a lunatic. Joe Longo? You're Joe Longo? You ran Lewis's commodities division. You made him millions. Legitimate millions, yeah. Your bastard brother-in-law pissed away. Sorry. Happy visit. Yeah, you went all Bolivia there for a minute. Yeah. So what do you think? Maybe you could get me a job downtown? There's a hiring freeze. I'm really sorry you lost your job. Yeah, that's old news. Yesterday, I lost my condo. Yeah, well, I really need to. And now they're about to repossess my car. Oh, but here is the morning's big headline. The adorable Mrs. Longo has decamped to her mother's house. Oh God, I'm really gonna miss that car. How can I put this nicely? I've got my own problems. So you're not gonna help me? Do you live in my district? Now that I'm living in my car, yeah. Look, I've got meetings, a trash revolt, a kid on the brink, and I'm in desperate need of professional help. For the household, not me. You're not gonna find anybody this way. This salary sucks. It's living. It includes meals, which she'll be cooking because otherwise people will starve. She? It has to be a woman? Only, vagina Americans need apply? Personal question, did your hair get sick of you and leave? This is a choice. All right. Look. We both know that's a lowball offer, all right? So come on. What's your top number there? That is my top number. All right, you gotta deal with it. I can't start till Monday. Who offered you a job? All right, I can start today. I'm just gonna have to, move a few things around. Mostly my car. Tuesday's street cleaning, isn't it? You do know we're talking about a nanny here, right? There are children involved. You ever work with kids? Are you kidding? Right out of college, I ran a youth center downtown. I was in charge of 50 teenagers. Cooked them meals, helped them with their homework. I was Charles Friggin in charge. Yeah, you're perfect. There's just one little detail. I don't really like you. You know about school bus? Not running today. Jackson Street block because some kind of garbage protest. Crap. Oh, golly, tough break. Okay, I'll take you. I'll just miss my meeting. It's not like we need the police department. No. You'll make your meeting. I'll take him. Hey. Hi, I'm Joe. See that Porsche out there? Yeah, it's mine. For 10 more days. Sweet. I don't know if that's your... Oh, screw it. Buckle up. Isn't that the cute yelling guy from yesterday?
Yeah.
He's a homeless commodities trader. He's taking care of the kids. How high do I sound right now? Bottom line, she sounds great. The perfect nanny. You were right. I can't do this alone. What, commodities trader? No, he's just temporary. And he's not cute. No, he's not. He has no hair. Okay, before we pull the nanny trigger, when do I interview this lady? Hello. Hold on a sec. Hey, let me ask you something. When's the last time anybody did any laundry in this household? You people live like pigs. These are my delicates. How did you get my delicates? Were you in my room?
Yeah.
Pull the trigger. Hey, Joe, you were right. I should have that sandwich now. Hey, Mel. All right, get back up there. What is he doing home in the middle of the day? His history paper, walking toward the refrigerator. Oh, I almost forgot. A Regency nanny called. They said that Mrs. Dietrich is available and that she will be here 8 in the morning tomorrow morning. Joseph's face fell. He had played his hand, taken his shot, and apparently he had lost. The reality of his situation crashed back down upon him. He was homeless, broke, and entirely out of options. He nodded slowly, accepting his defeat with a quiet grace. You did not think I could handle this, did you? Joseph asked, his voice rough with emotion. Melissa turned back to face him. She looked at the man who had lost everything but had somehow managed to give her family exactly what it needed. She saw the vulnerability hiding behind his sharp wit and confident exterior. To be honest, no, Melissa admitted, her voice soft and honest. Not until you, pulled all that confidence out of your ass. Joseph blinked, a flicker of hope returning to his eyes. So, is this official now? Because, if not, I can just, hop in my house and drive away. Melissa looked at him, a wide, genuine smile spreading across her face. It was completely crazy. It went against every logical, rational instinct she possessed. But looking at the peace that had settled over her home, she knew it was the right decision. Yeah, Melissa said softly, nodding her head. Let us give it a shot. How bad could you be? Joseph grinned, a brilliant, unrestrained expression that completely transformed his face. You will find out, will you not? The hours melted away, carrying the household deep into the quiet embrace of the night. It was an unusually calm evening, a stark contrast to the absolute chaos of the previous weeks. Lennox and Ryder had finished their homework and retreated to their respective bedrooms without a single argument. Joseph had taken over the kitchen, proving that his culinary skills were far superior to his ability to tell the truth. He had whipped up a surprisingly complex pasta dish, using ingredients Melissa did not even know she possessed. As the clock ticked past midnight, the house was silent save for the soft hum of the refrigerator. Joseph sat at the kitchen island, a cup of tea in his hand, reading through the stack of mail he had sorted earlier. He was settling into his new role with surprising ease, finding comfort in the structured necessity of domestic life. The sound of a key turning in the front door shattered the quiet. Melissa pushed the heavy wooden door open, kicking off her heels with a weary sigh. She looked spectacular, dressed in a sleek black dress, her hair slightly tousled by the night air. She closed the door softly, leaning against it for a moment, savoring the absolute stillness of her home. She walked into the living room, startling slightly when she saw Joseph sitting at the kitchen counter, illuminated by the soft glow of the pendant lights. He looked up from his mail, a paternal, slightly disapproving expression plastered across his face. So, how did your date go that lasted until 3 freaking in the morning? Joseph asked, folding his arms across his chest, perfectly playing the role of the worried mother waiting up for her rebellious teenager. Melissa rolled her eyes, walking into the kitchen to pour herself a glass of water. Leave me alone, Mom. It is not a school night, and he was captain of the football team. God. She leaned against the counter, taking a sip of water, a thoughtful expression crossing her face. Wow, I just realized I have never actually had that conversation with my own mom. I would come in at 3 in the morning, and she would send me back out for gin. Joseph chuckled softly, shaking his head at the dysfunctional, darkly humorous reality of her past. It was strange, he thought, how they both came from such different worlds of chaos, yet found themselves navigating this new, bizarre reality together. So, how did the kids get to bed? Melissa asked, her tone shifting back to that of a responsible guardian. Ryder knocked out about 11 at night, Joseph reported smoothly, checking his mental notes. And Lennox was, 1:30 in the morning. Melissa choked on her water, her eyes going wide. 1:30 in the morning? All right, she just got in bed now when she heard the car pulling, Joseph admitted, correcting his timeline. But she is caught up on biology and math, and the 5th season of Lost. Melissa sighed, a mixture of exhaustion and relief washing over her. It was not perfect, not by a long shot, but it was progress. They were surviving. They were actually functioning as a unit. She looked at Joseph, feeling a genuine wave of gratitude. Army Delivery Council, babe, Melissa cheered softly, raising her glass in a tired toast to their unexpected success. Does it? Joseph smiled, raising his teacup in return. He looked at her, truly looked at her, and realized that despite the absolute wreck his life had become, he had landed exactly where he was supposed to be. Suddenly, Joseph's expression shifted. His eyes widened, fixing on a point just beyond Melissa's shoulder, looking out the front window into the dark street. His relaxed posture vanished instantly, replaced by a sudden, frantic panic. What is that face? Melissa asked, her own smile fading, her political instincts instantly alerting her to an incoming crisis. Did you forget something? Hey! Joseph shouted, dropping his teacup onto the counter. He ran toward the front door, pulling it open. Holy nuts! That guy is huge. Melissa hurried after him, stepping out onto the front porch. Parked behind Joseph's sleek, silver Porsche was an enormous, incredibly battered tow truck. Standing next to the car, attaching heavy metal chains to the axle, was a man the size of a small mountain, his face obscured by the shadows of the street lamp. Mel! Joseph yelled, his voice cracking with absolute desperation. He grabbed her arm, pointing frantically at the scene unfolding on the street. Mel, this guy. I am not kidding. This guy is huge, Mel. Melissa stood on her porch at 3 in the morning, watching her newly hired, formerly millionaire, currently homeless nanny scream at a giant repo man hauling away his last prized possession. She crossed her arms, the cool night breeze rustling the leaves of the old oak tree in her front yard. A slow, bemused smile spread across her face. Her life was entirely out of control, utterly ridiculous, and completely unpredictable. And for the very first time in months, she realized it was also going to be incredibly entertaining. Melissa and Joey is recorded in front of a live studio audience. Look at you, public servant by day, hottie by night. Well, I have to turn on the heat during the day or nobody get anything done. Ooh, council stories up. From now on, we're capping elementary school class size at 22 students. This is garbage, which is piling up in front of my restaurant because you cut pickups to once a week. Well, a reduction in trash service is what pays for the smaller class sizes. Crazy guys with trash bags coming at you and you stay the mature, rational adult. Yes, I did. Suck it, garbage guy. Oh, and then this dude. Hey, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy that brings your garbage into a public arena and acts like a crazy person. Act like a gentleman. Thank you. Now, where the hell's the money your brother-in-law stole from me? What, my sister? Okay, but that's not me. Let me ask the room. Does anybody here have a relative they're not exactly proud of? It's not just me. At least he was cute. Yeah, I don't see it. You held your own up there. You remind me of your father, the esteemed senator. Oh, my God. Did I smell like strippers? No, you smelled like authority. Oh, well, that is my fragrance. Yeah, I have to say, in all humility, I was, yes, smoking. High, down, low. Okay. Plus, your brother-in-law's various felonies totally shifted the focus of the meeting. I think you put the whole trash issue to bed. Aunt Mel, why are angry white guys throwing trash at our front door? There is a political debate in the community in which the majority feels as though this is getting heavy and really smelly. I'm just gonna leave this here for you, Aunt Mel. There's like 10 more on the porch. Hey, Lennox, did you see the dresser I put in your room? Yeah, it's really cute, but I'm okay. I've got suitcases. She thinks living here is temporary. Well, she no longer tells me what she thinks. I used to be, just saying, if I was Lennox, I probably would have done worse by now. In fact, I did. Miss Lent remained entirely unmoved, tapping a manicured fingernail against the folder. This is pointless without Lennox. Why do we not just reschedule? You think you can manage to find her by, say, tomorrow afternoon? Miss Lent suggested, her tone suggesting she highly doubted Melissa's capabilities as a guardian. Oh, tomorrow's city council session is all day? Melissa stammered, pulling out her planner, desperate to accommodate. But we take lunch 12 to 1. I do not know when you break. Miss Lent sighed, adjusting her glasses. She looked at Melissa with a mixture of pity and profound irritation. Miss Burke, parenting does not fit into nice little schedule boxes, you know. It might be helpful to look not just at what Lennox is doing, but at the job you are doing. The words struck Melissa like a physical blow. The absolute worst fear she harbored, the terrifying thought that she was failing these children, was being spoken aloud by a figure of authority. She opened her mouth to defend herself, but before she could speak, the heavy wooden door to the office creaked open. She is doing okay, a quiet, steady voice announced. Melissa turned around, her heart leaping in her chest. Standing in the doorway, looking nervous but remarkably brave, was Lennox. She walked into the room, taking the empty chair beside her aunt. Hey, Lennox said softly to Melissa. Then, she turned her attention fully to the principal, sitting up perfectly straight. I am sorry I am late, and I am sorry about the other day with the poem, and I am sorry about the stuff that I said. I was mad, and apparently not really at you. Miss Lent raised an eyebrow, clearly surprised by the sudden display of maturity and introspection. Lennox turned back to look at Melissa, her eyes shining with a rare, genuine warmth. But there is no need to blame my aunt. She has been getting enough of that from me. You know, at least she is trying. Melissa felt a sudden, overwhelming tightness in her throat. She reached out, gently squeezing Lennox's hand. It was a tiny gesture, but in the chaotic, uncertain world they had been navigating for the past 2 months, it felt like an absolute victory. Okay, whatever, Lennox muttered, blushing furiously and withdrawing her hand, retreating slightly back into her protective teenage shell. She looked at Miss Lent with renewed determination. Let us just get to the stink-eating part. Miss Lent looked utterly bewildered. The what-eating part? Later that evening, the Burke household felt distinctly different. The crushing weight of impending disaster had lifted, replaced by a tentative, warm peace. In the living room, Joseph was holding a basketball, demonstrating a complex pivot move to a highly attentive Ryder. All right, let us see what you got, Joseph instructed, passing the ball. Ryder caught it, mimicking the footwork, but his movements were stiff and mechanical. Here is a thought, my hip young brother man, Joseph advised, stepping in to correct Ryder's posture. Try loosening up your knees a little bit. You are welcome. Melissa walked into the room, kicking off her shoes, a soft smile playing on her lips. She watched the interaction, marveling at how easily Joseph had managed to connect with her nephew. She cleared her throat, drawing his attention. I heard about all the crap you have been going through, Melissa began, walking toward him, her tone carrying a newfound respect. You know, with your wife going broke, losing your car, your condo. I mean, how can you even walk? She paused, realizing her words sounded harsh out of context. Oh, sorry. I did not mean to. No, it is all right, Joseph replied smoothly, passing the ball back to Ryder. I am aware that my life is an abyss of inky black despair. Thanks for the pep talk. Hey, he turned to Ryder, offering a high five. Ryder smiled, a genuine, bright expression that Melissa had not seen in months. Could you show me how to do that? Only if you taped it, Joseph laughed. I have no idea. Ryder headed upstairs to finish his homework, leaving Melissa and Joseph alone in the quiet living room. Melissa walked over to the sofa, sitting down with a heavy, contented sigh. Oh, I am sorry. I am sorry. I am sorry, Joseph chanted playfully, mimicking Lennox's earlier apology. Your aunt. I meant your aunt. Melissa smiled, resting her head against the back of the sofa. Hey, so I ate my whole big bowl of stink. I even went back for seconds. She laughed, a bright, clear sound that filled the room. Ugh. I am going to go brush my teeth now. As she stood up to head toward the kitchen, something caught her eye. Sticking out of Lennox's discarded backpack on the hallway table was a familiar-looking slip of paper. It was a personal check, written out in bold, sharp handwriting. The signature at the bottom read, Joseph Longo. Melissa stopped dead in her tracks. She picked up the check, her eyes widening as she read the amount. $50. She turned slowly, holding the piece of paper up in the air. Hands, Melissa commanded, her voice dropping an octave. Joseph froze, looking at the piece of paper like a deer caught in headlights. He slowly raised his hands in a gesture of surrender. It was you? Melissa accused, her sense of triumph evaporating, replaced by utter disbelief. You talked her into going down there. How did you talk her into going down there? Joseph shrugged, trying to play it cool. People like me. No, really, Melissa demanded, stepping closer. Joseph let out a long sigh, dropping his hands. I paid her $50. A bribe, Melissa gasped, her voice rising in pitch. That is terrible. Not only is that wrong, that is horrible parenting. Well, I am not a parent, and neither are you, Joseph countered smoothly, his logic impenetrable. Melissa crossed her arms, pacing the floor. Can I have $50? No, Joseph replied instantly. Then relax, all right? Joseph continued, walking toward her, trying to soothe her rising panic. I wrote Lennox a personal check. Boing. Another very valuable life lesson. Melissa stared at him, processing the absolute absurdity of the situation. He had paid her niece with a check that was guaranteed to bounce, considering his current financial ruin. So is this how you ran your youth center right out of college? Joseph laughed, shaking his head. Oh, please, there was no youth center. Melissa closed her eyes, rubbing her temples. The man was a liar, a briber, and an absolute disaster. Yet, her nephew had finished his homework, her niece had apologized and returned to school, and for the first time in 2 months, Melissa felt like she could breathe. Can I speak to you in the other room? Melissa asked, pointing toward the kitchen. As they walked away, Ryder came back down the stairs, looking for his notebook. Nice knowing you, he called out to Joseph, fully expecting the man to be fired. Oh, I will be fine, Joseph assured him, offering a confident wink. In the kitchen, the air was thick with tension. Melissa leaned against the island counter, staring at the man who had turned her chaotic world completely upside down in the span of 24 hours. You lie, you bribe. Is there anything you will not do? Melissa asked, her tone a mixture of frustration and genuine curiosity. Windows, Joseph answered without missing a beat, a charming smile breaking across his face. Look, Burke, I am just trying to help you out here, you know? I mean, I may have played it fast and loose, but Lennox apologized to that lung woman, right? Yes, Melissa admitted softly. Yes, she did. She also, as it happens, said a few nice things about me. In front of me. It is the first time since she has been here. Frankly, it took my breath away. She looked at him, her eyes narrowing suspiciously. Oh my God. You did not pay her to do that too, did you? Joseph placed a hand over his heart, looking genuinely offended. No. She gave me that one free of charge. Although it may be my mere presence in this household that is sort of seamlessly pulling everything together. Melissa rolled her eyes, an amused smile tugging at the corners of her mouth. Oh my God. Let us believe that. She turned away, waiting as it rang. Hello. Hold on a second. She looked up, hearing heavy footsteps coming down the stairs. It was Joseph, holding a wicker basket full of folded garments. Hey, let me ask you something, Joseph announced, completely ignoring her phone call. When is the last time anybody did any laundry in this household? You people live like pigs. Melissa stared at the basket, her cheeks burning brightly. These are my delicates. How did you get my delicates? Were you in my room? Yeah, Joseph replied unapologetically, setting the basket on the sofa. Melissa brought the phone back to her ear, her decision made. Pull the trigger, she told the agency representative, hanging up instantly. She turned to Joseph, ready to assert her boundaries. Hey Joe, you were right. I should have that sandwich now. Hey, Mel. All right? Get back up there. She stopped, realizing Ryder was sitting at the dining room table, a notebook open in front of him, chewing on a pencil. He looked stressed but focused. What is he doing home in the middle of the day? Melissa asked, her protective instincts flaring. His history paper, Joseph answered simply, walking into the kitchen to pour a glass of water. What? Melissa demanded, following him. Wow, all right, pack the veins back in your forehead. I took the kid to school, right? And he tells me he does not have his history paper. So we drive back here to get it. And then he tells me he did not exactly write it. And I said, well, you better exactly write it because it is due today. So he is up there writing it now. And he does not come out until it is done. Huh? Now that is nannying. Melissa was furious. This violated every rule of modern, gentle parenting she had read about in the glossy magazines. You brought him home? You do not bring a kid home who has not done his work. You leave him at school to get yelled at, which is what he has got coming. What kind of rules are those? Joseph leaned against the counter, completely unfazed by her anger. The rules that everybody knows. I am somebody, Melissa countered sharply. I never heard of them. She turned away from him, deciding to focus on the more pressing emergency. Her upcoming appointment at the school with Lennox. She walked to the bottom of the stairs. Lennox, you ready? It is time to go. Silence answered her. Melissa ran up the stairs, throwing open Lennox's bedroom door. The room was entirely empty, the window slightly ajar, letting in a cool afternoon breeze. Panic seized her chest. She ran back downstairs, confronting Joseph. She is not here, Melissa stated, her voice trembling. Where is she? You were supposed to watch her, Melissa accused. You never said that, Joseph defended himself, setting down his glass of water. Because it is obvious, Melissa cried out, waving her hands in frustration. The girl got suspended. She is gone. She has ditched the meeting. Joseph crossed his arms, conceding the point. You know what? You are right. Melissa blinked, surprised by his sudden agreement. I just said you were right. That was a compliment. Taking a deep breath to steady herself, Melissa grabbed her purse and car keys. Okay, she has like 3 places she usually goes after school. I will start there. Joseph moved away from the counter, his demeanor shifting from casual to focused. He understood the gravity of the situation. This was a fragile kid running away from a massive problem. You want me to help you? Yes, please do, Melissa answered, relief flooding her voice. She pointed a warning finger at Ryder, who was still working on his paper. Nothing. I can work with this kid. Wow. While Melissa searched the local coffee shops and parks, Joseph took a different approach. He thought about where a brilliant, angry, misunderstood teenager would go to escape the world. He drove to the highest point in the neighborhood, an old scenic overlook that offered a panoramic view of the sprawling city below. Sure enough, sitting on the hood of a rusted, abandoned car at the edge of the cliff was Lennox. She was staring out at the skyline, her headphones wrapped around her neck, looking incredibly small against the vast backdrop of the city. Joseph parked his Porsche quietly and walked over, his footsteps crunching softly on the gravel. He did not say a word at first, simply hopping up to sit beside her on the cold metal hood. Is this where you come for your adolescent brooding? Joseph finally asked, his voice gentle, devoid of any judgment. Lennox did not look at him, her gaze fixed on a distant skyscraper. You come up here to turn me in? It is not really my style, Joseph replied, looking out at the same view. What is your style? Lennox asked, a hint of curiosity breaking through her tough exterior. Joseph smiled, a genuine, self-deprecating expression. Outlaw, cast out by the power brokers, forced to live a life in the city. Lennox turned to look at him, a tiny smirk playing on her lips. Oh, kind of like Batman if he had been demoted to a nanny. Nice. They sat in comfortable silence for a moment, the wind rustling through the nearby trees. Joseph knew he had to navigate this conversation perfectly. He was not a therapist, but he knew exactly what it felt like to have your entire world collapse around you. Are you not supposed to be at a meeting at your principal's office right now? Joseph asked, casually steering the conversation toward the crisis at hand. Lennox crossed her arms defensively, pulling her knees to her chest. Why should I? Crap goes on there all the time. Miss Lent fires the music teacher, completely gets rid of the band, and everybody is afraid to talk about it. Her voice rose, thick with righteous indignation. I am tired of life being unfair. How about for once it just be fair? Joseph looked at her, truly seeing the pain hiding beneath her anger. He recognized the feeling of profound betrayal. I would be upset too, if my mom and dad bailed on me. Lennox flinched, the words striking a nerve. You are talking about Miss Lent. You say so, Joseph replied quietly. You do not know anything about me? Lennox shot back, tears welling in her eyes, though she fought desperately to hold them back. You are right, I do not, Joseph admitted, leaning forward, his forearms resting on his knees. But what I really do not know about you is why you are taking this all out on your aunt. Lennox looked away, her jaw tight. Because she is the only person who has not bailed on you, Joseph continued, his voice steady and compassionate. Look, I know she can get a little skitsy at times, all times, but since we are talking about fair, do you really think it is fair that she has to go down to your school all alone and eat your big bowl of stink for something that she did not do? Lennox wiped a stray tear from her cheek, processing his words. She thought about Melissa running herself ragged, trying so hard to keep their fractured family together. She thought about the endless patience, the awkward attempts at connection, the genuine love that her aunt offered without condition. Big bowl of stink? Lennox asked, a small, wet laugh escaping her lips. What is that? You will know when you have eaten one, Joseph replied, offering her a kind smile. He reached into his suit jacket, an idea forming in his clever mind. It was unconventional, perhaps highly unethical, but he needed to ensure this girl walked through the doors of that school. Meanwhile, inside the sterile, imposing office of the high school principal, Melissa sat alone. The walls were lined with certificates and severe portraits, creating an atmosphere designed to intimidate. Miss Lent, a stern woman with a sharp gaze and an incredibly rigid posture, sat behind her massive mahogany desk, her hands folded neatly over a pristine manila folder. "Any sign of our Lennox?" Miss Lent asked, her voice dripping with artificial sweetness that thinly veiled her absolute disapproval. Melissa smoothed her skirt, trying to project a confidence she did not feel. She was operating entirely on defensive instincts. "Oh, Miss Lent, look, I know what Lennox did was bad. Okay, really, really bad. But if any kid has the right to be upset about what life has handed her." Melissa leaned forward, pleading her case with genuine emotion. "Look, I am not trying to excuse Lennox. I am by her own words," and noted that she had just said he was right, which was a compliment. She quickly gathered her keys. She told Joe that Lennox had about 3 places she usually went after school. She said she would start searching there. Joe offered to help. Mel accepted gratefully, pleading with him to please do so. Joe went out to search. He did not know Lennox well, but he knew teenagers, and he knew what it felt like to want to hide from the world. He drove around the neighborhood, finally spotting a figure sitting on a park bench near the edge of the town square, hidden behind a large oak tree. He walked over slowly. He asked Lennox if this was where she came for her adolescent brooding. Lennox looked up, defensive. She asked him if he had come up there to turn her in. Joe sat down on the other end of the bench. He told her that turning people in was not really his style. Lennox mocked him, asking what his style was. Joe leaned back, looking up at the leaves. He described himself as an outlaw, a man cast out by the power brokers, forced to live a lonely life in the city. Lennox rolled her eyes but smiled slightly. She said it sounded kind of like Batman if Batman had been demoted to a nanny. Joe chuckled. He acknowledged it was a nice comparison. He then gently reminded her that she was supposed to be at a meeting in her principal's office right now. Lennox crossed her arms. She asked why she should go. She complained that crap goes on at that school all the time. She explained that Miss Lent fires the beloved music teacher, completely gets rid of the band program, and everybody is too afraid to talk about it. She said she was tired of life being unfair. She just wanted things to be fair for once. Joe looked at her seriously. He told her that he would be upset too, if his mother and father had bailed on him. Lennox glared at him. She told him they were talking about Miss Lent, not her parents. Joe nodded slowly. He said okay if she says so. Lennox snapped that he did not know anything about her. Joe agreed. He admitted he was right, he did not know her. But he added that what he really did not know about her was why she was taking all her anger out on her aunt. He pointed out that her aunt was the only person in the world who had not bailed on her. Lennox looked away, guilt flashing across her face. Joe continued. He acknowledged that he knew her aunt could get a little frantic and overwhelmed at times. He corrected himself, saying she was overwhelmed at all times. But since they were talking about what was fair, he asked Lennox a hard question. He asked if she really thought it was fair that her aunt had to go down to the school all alone and face the principal, eating a big bowl of stink for something that she did not even do. Lennox looked confused. She asked what a big bowl of stink was. Joe stood up. He told her she would know exactly what it was when she had eaten one. Meanwhile, Mel was sitting in the principal's office. The clock on the wall ticked loudly. Miss Lent sat behind her large desk, looking stern and impatient. Mel shifted uncomfortably in her small chair. She tried to plead Lennox's case. She told Miss Lent that she knew what Lennox did was bad. Really, really bad. But she argued that if any kid had the right to be upset about what life had handed her, it was Lennox. Mel clarified that she was not trying to excuse Lennox's behavior. She was just saying that if she were Lennox, she probably would have done much worse by now. In fact, Mel admitted she had done worse when she was that age. Miss Lent was unswayed. She stated coldly that the meeting was pointless without Lennox present. She suggested they just reschedule. She asked Mel if she thought she could manage to find her niece by, say, tomorrow afternoon. Mel panicked. She explained that tomorrow's city council session was an all-day event. She offered her lunch hour between 12 and 1, but admitted she did not know when the principal took her break. Miss Lent sighed condescendingly. She told Mel that parenting does not fit into nice little schedule boxes. She suggested that it might be helpful to look not just at what Lennox was doing, but at the job Mel was doing as a guardian. Mel felt tears of frustration prick her eyes. She whispered that she was doing okay. Just then, the office door opened. Lennox walked in, followed closely by Joe. Lennox looked directly at the principal and then at her aunt. She apologized for being late. She took a deep breath and apologized for the other day with the poem. She also apologized for the disrespectful stuff she had said. She explained that she was mad, and apparently she was not really mad at the principal. She turned to Mel and stated clearly that there was no need to blame her aunt. She admitted that her aunt had been getting enough blame because of her lately. She added, surprisingly, that at least her aunt was trying her best. Mel was speechless. The sincerity in Lennox's voice was something she had not heard in months. Lennox finished her apology and muttered, whatever. She told her aunt to just get to the stink-eating part of the meeting. Miss Lent raised an eyebrow, asking what part she was referring to. Mel smiled, feeling a sudden surge of pride and relief. She looked at Miss Lent and confidently said to let them see what she had. Chapter 5. Later that evening, back at the house, the atmosphere had shifted. The tension that usually choked the air felt lighter. Joe was in the kitchen, casually demonstrating a basketball move to Ryder. He offered a thought to the young man. He told his hip young brother to try loosening up his knees a little bit when he shoots. Ryder tried the move, and the imaginary ball went right into the imaginary hoop. Ryder smiled and thanked him. He then looked at Joe with a newfound respect. Ryder mentioned that he had heard about all the crap Joe had been going through recently. He listed the tragedies. Problems with his wife, going completely broke, losing his expensive car, and losing his condo. Ryder shook his head in disbelief, asking how Joe could even manage to walk carrying all that weight. Joe stopped moving. The reality of his situation hit him again. Ryder immediately felt bad. He apologized profusely, saying he did not mean to bring it all up. Joe waved it off. He assured Ryder it was all right. He stated dryly that he was fully aware that his life was currently an abyss of inky black despair. He sarcastically thanked the teenager for the uplifting pep talk. Ryder changed the subject quickly, pointing to Joe's feet. He asked if Joe could show him how to do that footwork again. Joe smiled slightly, telling Ryder he would only do it if Ryder taped it, because he had no idea what he had just done. Mel walked into the kitchen just in time to hear the end of the exchange. She cleared her throat. Ryder jumped, quickly apologizing to his aunt. He corrected himself, saying he meant to address his aunt, not Joe. Mel smiled at Ryder. She then turned to Joe. She proudly announced that she had eaten her whole big bowl of stink at the principal's office. She joked that she had even gone back for seconds. Joe chuckled. Mel made a face of disgust, saying she was going to go upstairs and brush her teeth now to get the taste out of her mouth. She held out her hands, demanding that Joe give her 5. As they slapped hands, Mel looked at him closely. She realized something. She pointed a finger at him. She stated that it was him. He was the one who had talked Lennox into going down to the school. She demanded to know how he had managed to talk her into going down there. Joe puffed out his chest a little. He claimed that people simply liked him. Mel did not believe him for a second. She pressed him, asking for the real reason. Joe sighed, realizing he was caught. He confessed the truth. He admitted that he had paid Lennox $50. Mel's jaw dropped. She gasped, calling it a bribe. She declared that it was terrible. Not only was it morally wrong, she argued it was horrible parenting. Joe defended himself. He pointed out the obvious fact that he was not a parent, and frankly, neither was she. Ryder, who had been listening quietly, suddenly raised his hand. He asked if he could have $50 too. Mel shouted a firm no at her nephew. Joe told Mel to relax. He explained that he did not give her cash. He wrote Lennox a personal check. He made a bouncing noise, indicating that the check was definitely going to bounce. He smiled proudly, claiming he had just taught the girl another very valuable life lesson about trusting people. Mel stared at him in disbelief. She asked him if this was how he ran his supposed youth center right out of college. Joe rolled his eyes. He begged her to be serious, admitting finally that there never was any youth center. Mel pointed toward the living room. She asked Joe to follow her so they could speak in the other room to him. She told him that should hold him for a few weeks, maybe more. She admitted they just did not know. Griffin looked down at the container. He was surprised. He noted that it was a whole bucket of gravy. After Griffin left, confused but holding the gravy, Mel turned back to the stranger on her porch. She was exhausted and just wanted the day to end. Chapter 3. The next morning, the household was in chaos. Mel was running late. She walked into the kitchen, expecting to find Rhonda. Instead, she found the stranger from the night before sitting at her kitchen island, casually drinking coffee. Mel jumped. She asked him what he was doing there. The man introduced himself. He said his name was Joe. Joseph Longo. Mel recognized the name. She realized he was the man who ran her brother-in-law's commodities division. He was the man who had made Lewis millions of dollars. Joe corrected her. He specified that they were legitimate millions. Money that her bastard brother-in-law had completely pissed away. Mel apologized. Joe brushed it off, noting that she had gone all Bolivia on him the day before. He then got straight to the point. He asked if she could get him a job downtown at City Hall. Mel shook her head. She explained that there was a strict hiring freeze. She expressed genuine sorrow that he had lost his job. Joe laughed bitterly. He said losing his job was old news. Yesterday he had lost his condo, and now the bank was about to repossess his car. But the biggest headline of his morning was that his adorable wife had decamped and moved back to her mother's house. Mel winced. She felt bad for him, but she was overwhelmed. She told him nicely that she had her own severe problems. Joe looked at her, desperate. He asked if she was really not going to help him. He pointed out that he technically lived in her district now, considering he was currently living in his car. Mel sighed. She listed her overwhelming responsibilities. She had back-to-back meetings, a citizen trash revolt to manage, a teenage girl on the brink of disaster, and she was in desperate need of professional help. She quickly clarified that she needed help for the household, not psychological help for herself. Joe saw an opening. He looked around the messy kitchen. He pointed out that she was not going to find anybody this way. He mentioned that he had seen her advertisement for a nanny and that the salary offered absolutely sucked. Mel defended the offer, stating it was a living wage and that it included meals, which the nanny would be cooking because otherwise people in the house would starve to death. Joe pressed on. He asked if the nanny had to be a woman. He made a sarcastic remark, asking if only people of a certain gender could apply. Mel looked at him, confused and slightly annoyed. She fired back with a personal question of her own, asking if his hair had gotten sick of him and decided to leave. Joe touched his bald head, offended. He firmly stated that his lack of hair was a personal choice. They stared at each other for a long moment, two desperate people standing in a messy kitchen. Joe finally broke the silence. He told her to look at the situation logically. They both knew her salary offer was a lowball number. He asked her for her absolute top number. Mel gave him a figure. Joe accepted it instantly. He told her she had a deal and that he would deal with the low pay. Mel was shocked. She tried to backtrack, saying she could not start someone until Monday. She asked him who had even offered him the job. Joe ignored her hesitation. He declared he could start today. He just had to move a few things around, mostly his car, because Tuesday was street cleaning day. Mel tried to inject reality into the situation. She reminded him that they were talking about a nanny position. There were actual children involved. She asked him if he had ever even worked with kids. Joe scoffed. He asked if she was kidding. He claimed that right out of college, he had run a massive youth center downtown. He boasted that he was in charge of 50 teenagers. He cooked them meals, helped them with their homework, and was generally amazing at it. Mel looked at him, weighing her options. She finally admitted that he sounded perfect. There was just one little detail holding her back. She confessed that she did not really like him. Before Joe could respond, Ryder ran into the kitchen, panic on his face. He announced that the school bus was not running today. The street was blocked because of some kind of massive garbage protest. Mel cursed under her breath. She realized she had to take him to school, which meant she would miss her morning meeting. She sarcastically muttered that it was not like the city needed the police department to be funded anyway. Joe stepped in, raising his hands. He told her to stop panicking. He assured her she would make her meeting because he was going to take Ryder to school. He turned to Ryder and introduced himself. He asked Ryder if he saw the beautiful Porsche parked outside. He proudly stated that it was his car at least for 10 more days. Ryder was impressed. He thought the car was sweet. He looked at Joe and asked if he was the cute yelling guy from the meeting yesterday. Mel confirmed it. She told Ryder that Joe was a homeless commodities trader who was now taking care of the kids. She muttered to herself, wondering how insane she sounded right then. Joe grabbed his keys. He told Ryder to buckle up. Later that morning, Mel was on the telephone with Rhonda. She admitted that Joe sounded great on paper and seemed like the perfect nanny. She conceded that Rhonda was right. She could not do this alone. Rhonda was confused. She asked if Mel had hired the commodities trader. Mel denied it, stating he was just temporary. She also added that he was not cute. Rhonda agreed, noting that he had no hair. Mel insisted that before they pulled the trigger on hiring a permanent nanny, she needed to interview the candidates properly. While they were talking, Joe walked back into the kitchen, holding a basket of clothes. He interrupted Mel's telephone call to ask a pressing question. He wanted to know when the last time anybody did any laundry in the household was. He bluntly stated that they lived like pigs. Mel stared in horror at the basket. She recognized her delicate clothing. She demanded to know how he got her delicates and if he had been in her bedroom. Joe casually confirmed that he had been in her room to gather the laundry. Mel immediately spoke back into the telephone. She told Rhonda to pull the trigger and hire the professional agency immediately. Chapter 4. Mel's annoyance with Joe only grew as the morning progressed. She walked into the living room and saw Ryder sitting at the dining table, typing furiously on a laptop. Joe was standing over him, eating a sandwich. Mel demanded to know what Ryder was doing home in the middle of the day. Joe took a bite of his sandwich. He calmly explained that Ryder was writing his history paper. Mel was stunned. She asked Joe to explain. She told him to calm down and pack the veins back into his forehead. Joe recounted the morning's events. He explained that he took the kid to school right to the front door. But before getting out of the car, Ryder casually mentioned that he did not have his history paper. So Joe drove them back to the house to get it. Upon returning home, Ryder confessed that he did not exactly write the paper yet. Joe told Ryder that he had better exactly write it right then, because it was due today. So Ryder was upstairs and then downstairs writing it. And the rule was, he did not come out of the house until the paper was completely done. Mel was appalled. She questioned his nannying methods. She told Joe that you do not bring a kid home who has not done his homework. You leave him at school to get yelled at by the teacher, which is exactly what he has coming to him for being irresponsible. Joe looked confused. He asked whose rules those were. Mel stated firmly that they were the rules that everybody knows. Joe shrugged dismissively. He said he had never heard of them. Mel decided to focus on her next crisis. It was almost time for the meeting with the principal. She called out for Lennox, asking if she was ready to go. Silence echoed through the house. Mel searched the living room, the kitchen, and finally ran upstairs. She came back down, panicked. She turned to Joe and asked where Lennox was. She reminded him that he was supposed to watch her. Joe defended himself. He pointed out that she never actually said that. Mel argued that it was obvious. The girl was suspended, so she needed to be watched. Joe realized the implications. He stated that Lennox was gone. She had ditched the meeting. Mel felt a surge of defeat. She admitted that he was right. She paused, surprised